Okay, yeah, we talked about
All right, we live. All right, guys. So this is like a random live because I've been wanting these two to be on a talk show episode together. So they would traditionally be on a Friday night, but I gotta get them when they're available. So here we are.
All good. I appreciate the accommodation.
Yes, I appreciate the combination from both of you as well. So Ryan's been on the show before. Ray is new to the show, and we are here to chat it up similarly as we would on a Friday night, except for this time I don't have a drink like I normally do.
You better DoorDash that shit.
I have a drink. I just wasn't because I just interviewed him on the regular talk show,
Okay.
so I wasn't, on Monday nights. I don't drink. I
That's
usually
fair.
don't drink.
I respect that. That's fair.
Yeah, that's
I
my Friday night thing. Meanwhile, someone's sipping wine.
I don't give a damn what night it is.
Straight up.
Hey. So Ray said he wants to know how Ryan knows me. I'm not going to use the words that he used because I'm not claiming that title. I'm just kidding.
Nah, she was the producer and promoter for a comedy venue. And she reached out and booked me. And like, this is like 2022.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, we've been rocking since then. She would produce. She would host a little bit before the host would host the comedy show. She made one show. She made all the comics merch. It was dope. She's an ill producer. So we've been rocking since 2022, like 3 years, babe. So 3 years this month because the first show was like November or something like that. November 2022 something. So yeah, it's been 3 years. Shout out.
Yes.
Okay.
I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I miss it.
See, I be needing reviews on this thing because she like to hype herself up sometimes, and she is dope. But I just be
Stop
wanting to
it.
make sure it's real.
Nah, I feel it. Nah, I do, and I can say based on my shade review, I would say she's consistent. Because when I met her, I was like, man, hold up, man, this must be a front. But over the course of 3 years, she's been the same. So my Yelp review for her, I say 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
Now, one thing, me and this Shay been like talking consistently for about two months now, three months.
Probably, yeah. Not that long, but yeah. But yeah, like so maybe
And
2, 3 months.
yeah, I'll say the same thing. Like one thing with her is like she is consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like who she say she is, that's who she gonna always be, and everything like that. So you know what I'm saying. Besides like getting on my nerves every now and again, I ain't got no I ain't got no complaints about it.
I heard that.
My
Straight
job
up.
is to get on your nerves. That's what you hired me for. No, I'm just kidding.
That's hell of a job title.
That is true.
Because not he already hired me. He's still looking for reviews. That's crazy.
You should, hey man, you gotta stay on employees' butts, man. You gotta all stay
You
checking
know
in.
what
You
I'm
gotta do
saying? I need
30
to
days
make sure.
for real.
I
Especially you
gotta
talking
make
two,
sure I'm spending my dollar right.
yeah, man, 2 3 months. That's a 60-day and a 90-day review. So once y'all get to 3 months, that's another 90-day review. So if you gotta hit me, bro, just text me. I'll send you the whole performance review if need be. If she gotta be on a PIP, if she gotta be on a PIP, then so be it. Performance improvement plan. That's what it's gonna take. You know, keep her in line.
Yeah, I got
Speaking of reviews, I need reviews from both of you guys on my website. Okay.
Okay, I could do that. No
I
problem.
got you. You know, I like detail. I'm gonna go into details about it.
I need you to go into detail. I actually prefer it. I prefer it. It's
I'm
better
gonna
than
be
a
I'm gonna be
she's
as
great at
detailed.
consulting.
I'm gonna be as detailed as your list for your perfect mate. Now, like
Yes.
that 71 item mate list that you looking for, like I'm gonna be as detailed as that. Like somewhere between 5 10 3/4 and 6'3", with
But wait,
ethnic.
so hold on. She gave you that list too, that long ass list.
Yeah, man, yeah, we had a. I was on with her like 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 3 weeks ago, and she was like, "My list ain't even that long," and it was super long. And I was like, "Yo, you gotta chop that shit down." So I gave her some.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, go to Chat GPT and ask it to turn this into 10," because she was like,
Man, look.
"Loyal, integrity, trust, not a liar, tells the truth." I'm like, "That's the same thing."
For real, you can. But like I told her, it's funny because she did talk to me about that episode that y'all had, and I told her even before that y'all had that conversation, I had told her, if you ask a man what he wants from a woman, it's gonna be about 3 to 5 things.
Straight up.
Maybe at the most, depending on the man, 7 max. But
Absolutely.
you ain't gonna get into double digits and everything like that. You ask a woman, she gonna give you 45, 50 different things and everything like that. And it was funny, like it was. I'm happy that y'all had that conversation and that she understood. Like after y'all had that, she really understood where I was coming from because she probably thought I was bullshitting, and then she
No,
heard it from another man,
You're
and
right,
she was
right.
like,
no.
okay, maybe he know what he talking about.
Low key for real, because she was like, she had mentioned, she was like, somebody had already kind of told me that it's too long, but I don't know. And I was like, tell me about it. And it was hell long. I was like, listen, man, listen. So yeah, she got a second opinion. So we fixed it.
No, it
We
wasn't so much
fixed it.
about having a second opinion because that's really why I wanted you guys both on the episode because I feel like I don't say you guys think differently, but like you have more of a traditional masculine mindset, and so I value you guys' opinion. But when I spoke with you about it, Ryan, I was able to realize that, like you said, it wasn't a list for it was a list of like fuck ups in the past that I didn't want to repeat. That, like you said,
Yeah,
it's not necessary to write that shit down, right? Like
right,
like you said, you want someone who has good vocabulary. So why would you put it on the list? Like you don't gotta
right.
put that on the list. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
so
she had one that like doesn't speak bad. Like, man, look, like just you wouldn't date somebody like that anyway. Like
That
doesn't
part.
have 9 repossessions on a record. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you
But like, all right, so
so
I kind of actually got a question for Ryan and everything like that. So like, do you feel like when it comes to women in their list, it's kind of like a fairy tale, and with men, it's more so realistic?
yeah. I think ours is more pragmatic and like more direct. It's like a common one most men will have. People take offense to that's fine, but like a common one people have like cook, like can cook. Like you don't gotta have a cookbook, but just can cook. Cause I'm not about to cook everything, just can cook. But like she had one that says, does it not cook, doesn't burn ramen, like doesn't use the cookbook of his ex-girlfriend. Like, so I think men's is a little bit more pragmatic, and we find ways to just like condense things, if you will. I would say they do have fairy tales for some of their lists because a lot of it is just based on, like she was saying, based on like past experience stuff.
mhm.
So they look for what they're trying to avoid. But our list, we be looking for like what we want. So there's more, I guess, like you could say positive, negative experiences that turns like, all right, now I know what I don't want, so this is what I want. Her list is just like what I don't want. You know what I mean? So it's like with you, you'd be like, yo, what quarterback do y'all want? You can't just be like, I don't want somebody like Geno Smith, because that's just going to get you somebody a little bit better than Geno Smith. You got to be like, I want Usher Sanders, or I want at least old buddy from Sam Darnold. Just you write what you want and not what you don't want. So I would say we're a little bit more pragmatic in ours.
Yeah, yeah. I think also it's like that's what kind of it's a self-sabotage things for like we talked about that a little about for me. It's like if you keep focusing on what you don't want, how are you going to get what you know what I mean? It's a negative thing, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And so it
straight
just
up.
kind of keeps you in that space, you
Right.
know. And like you said too, like it's like, well, are you even like how are you going to use this list? And you can't really use this list.
Right. It was like that. I
You
used to
can
work.
barely refer back to
Yeah,
it.
when I used to work at AT&T, I have OGs come in when we used to actually have to like sell the iPhone. People will come in and say, "I don't want a touch screen. I don't want the internet. I don't want GPS." Just say you want a flip phone. Like just come in and say you want a flip phone, so I can walk you to the flip phones and say, "Give me a list of everything you don't want." You know what I mean? It's like that.
Yeah.
Malcolm Gladwell. I guess he's a philosopher or writer, but like he has a theory about when humans have too many choices, people get
Mhm.
confused. Like if you go to the spaghetti aisle, it's hella different types of sauce, right?
Yeah.
Hell, so now you're like, well, I don't want Parmesan. Well, I don't want garlic. Now, what sauce do you want, right? So you put all the negative stuff in there, and you overwhelm yourself with choice. You be like, I ain't no good man out there because your list is 110
Yeah.
items on there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
doesn't
And
doesn't
honestly,
ha- go ahead.
I'm gonna be real. Exactly what you said. I think that's the biggest flaw in social media nowadays because it gives men and women such a variety of different things, and they you never know. You can see all of the glitz and glamours like of what people post, but you never know what the small details that go into that relationship. They might not even like each other,
Bruh, for real.
but because they get paid from social media, they make sure to put on this facade and everything like that when they post stuff online and everything. And I think that's like social media it has its benefits, but I think a lot of it, especially when it comes to like people nowadays, like this whole gender war that been going
Right.
through and everything like that. I think that's probably one of the biggest issues that social media plays in.
One
Like
hundred
it's
percent.
too
Because
much
people share like their ideals, and you like, oh, that's how I should think. Like I mentioned the cook thing earlier. That whole like red pill shit is like women should always cook. But I got a homie that love cooking, so he always cook for his girl, which is fine. Like, but you may be somebody that do cook and be like, well, the internet told me she should be cooking. So now because they said that
Yeah.
online, I can't ever be in the kitchen. So yeah, I do think it has it puts out a facade that's like unrealistic to a lot of people, especially with the options of choice. Like I don't know about y'all grandparents. My grandparents met like they met across the street from each other. My grandfather was visiting here from Texas, but you still meet people in your bubble. For us, because because you got like 8,000 followers, you're like, oh, it's someone so it's better in Miami, it's better in Houston, it's better in San Diego. There's a whole bunch of like love and like options, like specifically where you at. But if you live in comparison, like that's the theft of happiness with anything. You be at a job, find out somebody like make more money than you, and you be like, damn, like I do need 10 more bands, and you probably do, but your salary was fine until you started comparing your salary to somebody else's salary. So yeah, I do think a lot of the options are great, but I think it begins to definitely overwhelm people, and it scares them too.
Yeah, and the old saying is what comparison is the thief of joy.
Yep, yep. Specifically, comparisons is thief for joy. That's how I go, and it's weird because it's. I mean, you should always like, I guess, how your options open in a way, but you also got to know, I guess, when it's good enough. And what's happening like the last, like I would say 20 to 30 years, the word settle has turned into a negative word. But like if you happy, settling is I'm settled. Like this is good. I'm content. This is life. But for some reason, settle turned into like this negative connotation towards what we attain. Like, oh, you settling? Like, no, I'm happy with this. Oh no, you settling. Like, but I like it. So what difference would it make to you? Feel me? So that's where I'm at
Yeah,
with it.
because it's not like you said about your grandparents. Like
Oh
my
yeah.
my granddad met my grandmama, and the first things that came out his mouth was, "God told me that you was gonna be my wife."
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And then they end up being together for what, 30, 40 some years and everything. Um, but like even back when we was growing up, the only time you talked to a girl is when you saw her out in public
Yeah.
and anything like that. Like nowadays, sliding into the DM is I don't know, man. Like it doesn't it you miss the authenticity and
Yes.
everything like that. And then like a lot of men nowadays don't even know how to talk to a woman just because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you seeing pictures and everything like that, but you don't even know if you even like this girl.
Right.
And I tell dudes all the time, like, bro, y'all might like all the models and the people that get thousands of likes and everything like that. But once you get these women in person, bro, you don't understand how dry and boring these women is.
Yeah.
Like it look good, but everything that look good ain't good for you. I be telling dudes that all the time.
Straight up. Yeah. The presentation, I mean, it's like food, right? Like you could go on the Yelp and see dope pictures, but then you get there and be like, yo, this ain't salted right. Like this ain't
You know
seasoned
what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah. And that's how I think a lot of this should be on social media. It's like, oh, I want her. Like, do you though? Like, are you sure? And you meet the person, like, man, this person don't know their ABCs. Like they like stuff I don't like. You know what I mean? Like nobody is really like online, like smoking cigarettes a lot. And then say you
Yeah.
meet her or you meet him, and then you find out, oh, she smoked mad cigarettes or whatever. And you're like, damn, I slid in the DM thinking she was a bad one. I don't like cigarettes. But if you was out and met her in a mall or something, you would know because you would have saw the packet with her or something like that. But yeah, I definitely think like the slide in the DM and just like the rant, that would be like back in the day if you just sent like a random letter to a chick, which is probably still intimate. But it just like sending a random DM slide is like, I think it is taken away from people wanting to walk up and just have an authentic conversation and simply get to know somebody.
Bro, you know it's crazy. You remember the back in school? You remember the writing the letters in class and passing
Yes,
them to
yes,
like, hey, make sure that get to her, and then like you watch her from across the room and read it
yes,
and everything like that, bro. Oh my god, when I tell you, your heart will never beat so goddamn fast, like,
bro.
and
That
then
it
you
be
see her,
pumping.
man, then you see her write something back on it, then you and it gotta go through 4, 5 hands before it get back to you. Then you read it, and whether that seeing what she wrote back or seeing her answers or something, that should have made the rest of your day either good or fucking terrible. Like,
For real.
oh,
For real. But it's dope because
oh,
like you do that and like it does something to your character. Like, all right, I got it's a note in, and you just move on. Like you send a little letter out, and it's dope because you send it through these 4 people, and she gotta get it. Then she gotta send it back with she checked one of the boxes you sent over, and after that, like, oh, I got a yes or I got a no. And then by the end of the day, like you said, it's gonna be a great day or it's gonna be a oh well, that didn't work out. So on to the next letter. So I mean,
yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably like kind of for me personally. That's kind of like what got me. Probably what helped get me into poetry and everything. Because like being able to think about something on the fly
yeah,
and having to write it down, or even walking up to somebody and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Starting a conversation out of nowhere. And really, when you meeting a woman for the first time, you got anywhere between like 15 to 30, 45 seconds
yeah,
to grasp her attention before she walks the fuck away.
right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So knowing how to approach her in the right way, knowing what to say, knowing what not to say, body language, knowing how to read her body language, all of that shit goes into playing. Like I think that's a lost art in men nowadays.
Absolutely. And that it all transfers. Like in my day money job, I work in HR. So like since when we had pandemic, all the interviews was through Zoom, which is cool. Like nobody want to drive on site. However, it's a difference between like this and then somebody having to like be somewhere on time and get dressed and present themselves in the manner at a
Right.
place for like several hours and then meet like 10 to 15 people on the team. It's a whole different interview process. And that's the same thing as like courting or dating. Like you're not gonna know anything until you get somebody within the same like 6 feet as you and be like, oh, hey, you late as shit, or oh, you stand like that, or oh, you smell like that, or oh, you talk like that, or oh, like we've been speaking this long, and I gotta pay attention, and I'm like, oh, I'm noticing things that I couldn't see just in this little square on the box. So tell me
So
about that.
like,
How did that feel as a oh, go ahead, Ray.
no, I was gonna ask to say like, far as when it comes, because we was talking about social media. So as far as like when it comes to nowadays, you know what I'm saying? People like he was saying, people having so much variety and so many choices to pick from and everything like that. Do you see like what's the biggest difference that you see between how we was raised and having to meet people in person and nowadays where people can you can talk to somebody that's clear across the country or clear across the world and not know two shits about them, but you think sliding the DMs is you think that's bold nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. I see it. I've seen it in two ways. One way
Oh
I
wait, we
see
can't
it,
hear you.
you can't hear me.
I get her.
Taking it.
I can.
Yeah, he
I, I
can't.
I can.
Okay, hold on. Let me check something real quick.
All right, all right.
All right, can you hear me now, Ray? Ray, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Man, you just gonna cut me out the conversation like that, to
That's
Can you
cool.
hear me?
I don't think he can.
Nah, I
You
can't hear
can't
you at
hear me?
all.
My gosh. I don't know.
If you was
I
trying to
had
talk to
some
somebody, you could have just said that.
stop. I had a couple of technical difficulties. I don't know. I missed most of you guys' conversation because I was fighting over here for my life.
Yo, internet was all the shit.
I'm like, what is going on?
Everything
I'm
was fine.
telling
He can hear
y'all,
me fine.
I can hear you too. I can hear both of you
See,
guys.
this is what happens when you're
Now,
not at home.
stop. Why now you coming for me because I want to live my life? No, I'm just kidding.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me see.
Is it like a thing on your end where you could like pick, I guess, a line of who can speak to you? It's like an option on there for that.
I
I
don't know
didn't. I
because she kept going in and out of the video.
because I couldn't hear you
That
guys.
probably got to.
Oh, he can't hear me,
Yeah,
so it's
everything
not.
is fine on my end.
Okay.
Let me see.
Well, Shay, you just gotta type then. You just gonna have to type. Like I don't
He
know.
gonna have to read. He gonna have to read lips. If you can
Yeah,
hear
why
me,
you kept going in and out the feed? Like everything was fine. You kept
I
hitting
couldn't
out.
hear you guys.
She said she
I
couldn't hear
couldn't
what?
hear. I
No, she,
couldn't. No, I couldn't hear you guys
okay.
because an alarm went off on my phone, and so it took the audio away, and I couldn't get it back. So I was trying to.
Says you're in the show. Everyone.
Can you just say turn your mic off and turn it back on?
I just did that. It didn't
Okay.
work. But I'll. Can you hear
No,
me now?
I can hear still hear you fine.
Hold on real quick.
You got a plug in mic, Deshay? Or are you talking to the computer?
No, I have my earbuds.
Okay, got you for sure. For sure. I mean, essentially the question was what he asked you was like, what's you you just turned 31, right?
No, I just turned 32.
My bad. Okay, so you just turned 32. My bad. So we was saying was like, what's the difference? What's the difference that you notice? He said, what's the difference that you notice between like courting now versus like courting then? Have you gotten
Yeah,
used to it? Or
yeah, and you hear me now? Okay. So I've noticed two things. One thing that I noticed is this what am I my therapist called it like a connection, you're connection hungry.
okay,
Because it happens with friends too. Like because we're so used to social media, we
right,
don't
right.
and we don't spend a lot of time because when people work from home, they go to school from home, like and you're not in the real world a lot, you move hella fast. So I found that with
Yeah,
dating, it's like, there's this rush to get to know everything, and there's this rush to like move, like skip steps and shit like that. Like there's something wrong with going slow. But then there's also these perception, right? You see a person online, and naturally beforehand we could get to know each other slowly because there is no like I don't know, I won't say resume, but online you got all this stuff. There's all this
right,
information, and you can create all these thoughts like, oh, she dressed like that, or she do that, or you know what I mean? Oh, she likes this, or she, you know what I mean? So you can make all these assumptions, and so now you have this image of this person. You haven't even gotten to know who they actually are offline. You know what I
right.
mean? And I feel like for me, that's been something that I've ran into a lot is people holding this perception of me, and anytime I stray from that, it's a problem. Oh, you're not who I thought you were. Well, that's because you studied my Instagram instead of hanging out with me in person and getting to know me for who I am. You know what I mean? It's for me, it's mainly like because I'm super positive. If I have an attitude, oh, you're not who I thought you were. Like, baby, I have an attitude. You can see in any of my videos, I got attitude. Like,
Right, right, right.
I'm just a super positive person, but baby, I still got an attitude.
Yeah, that's dope. I can see how somebody didn't know you that would think that you're just like like a bubble of sunshine just all the time. But then in real
Yeah.
life, like, oh, she don't ever get mad. Like I could see how that could be misleading.
Yeah. It happens in friendships too, is like if I get close to a friend and then like I start to vent, like so they're getting to see me before I get to the light, right? I'm in the middle of the storm, so I'm
Right,
like, this is going on. I'm crying, I'm doing what I do to get to the next level,
right, right.
you know. And they're like, "Oh, I've never seen you like this. I'm not used to this." Like, okay, bitch, you ain't the one I'm a bit to. Go somewhere else. Nobody. That's how you get positive. That's how
Right.
you know what I mean. You have to be in that darkness in order to have those lessons that you can then go teach other people that you can live in your own life. So like that's been my experience with romantic relationships and friendships. It's like, girl, I'm gonna cry. It's gonna happen. So
Were you
either
ever
you
in like
there you go.
were you ever in the era where like dudes will approach you at the mall, or have you always been in the DM era? You 32, so like has it
No,
always
I've
been
I've
No, we
been
we grew up in the meet at the mall.
Right.
Yeah, but it was always like after the opportunity was missed. Yeah, I wanted to approach you, but like I
Okay.
was scared. Like, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
would find out like after the fact, like, after they'd already been friend zoned and I don't even see them in that way. Like, you know what I mean? Or it would just be people like I would just I think because of my insecurities, I would attract individuals that I wouldn't even date. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it would be like a lot of those guys who were actually shooting their shot.
The wrong ones.
The wrong ones.
Is that they don't fall into
That's
the seven? They don't fall into the
that's
71 list.
bullshit.
They don't fall into the 71 list. But I was gonna mention that about the list earlier before my phone decided to do whatever it wanted to do. Is I think that the list plays a part in who we attract, and that's another reason why we'd be like, ain't no good men out there, but that's because you're focused on all of this stuff,
Right.
and
Right.
so now that's what you're attracting. You know what I mean? Because then
Yeah.
that's when people have that cycle. Oh, why do I attract the same guy? And it's like the list. You know what I
And I
mean?
think honestly that list, I think that's the biggest reason why you see more women continuously like repeating cycles rather than men. Because like Ryan was saying earlier, we'll have a handful of things, you know what I'm saying, 3 to 5 things and everything that we want. It don't really matter about what we don't want. We know what we do want. So out of those 5 things that we want, we automatically know what we don't want. You know what I'm saying? So for us, it's a very it's a lot more direct um course in choosing, like, you know what I'm saying, who we want and everything like that. So we can have one thing and there can be 20 different things within that one thing. But for us, it's simple. We want this one thing. We don't really give a damn. We see these other 20 things, but this 20 things ain't this one thing that we want. So our
Right.
choice becomes a lot more simple, you know. But women will constantly say all men are this, all men are that. It's like, well, first of all, why are you trying all men?
That part.
That's a
Second of
bar.
all, you know what I'm saying? Second of all, you keep attracting these same men because you continuously saying that all men ain't this, all men ain't that. So you're gonna, like, you don't understand that you're speaking these things into existence. If you keep saying all men ain't this, you're gonna keep attracting all men that ain't this.
Right.
If you have a list like men and say, okay, we want these 5 things, we're gonna make sure that we're aligned with these 5 things. So once we come across the woman that fits those 5 things or that falls in that category and everything like that, we'll make sure that we're ready for it. Or maybe even if we ain't ready for it, if she's the right woman. A man will change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's what a
We.
lot of women. Yeah, that's what a lot of women don't understand. Like they be saying that like men ain't this, men ain't that, but it really comes down to you just wasn't the right one for that man.
Right.
And I'm a living example that like for the right woman, a man will change.
Straight up. It's gonna be some compromise because I think it goes something like you only gonna get 80% of what you want. And I think if you have a list of 5 and they're all equally important, if you meet the right person, maybe like number 3 don't matter as much. So I think, and so to Ray's point, I think that men are pretty good at compromising on that. So the list is already small. So if something is on the list, all right, all good. But if you got a list of 71 and the person only got 30, that's an F, like all the time. Because nobody gonna fall.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna fall. No one's gonna fall into all 71. Like you said, you want somebody that's well spoken, right? So like you can meet the coldest dude in the history of life, right? But like he may not be like California spoken. He might be one of the other states. No offense to the other states, but he's from the other state. And you like, nope, nope. But if he cool, then like, and he check all the other boxes. You got love for your family, got love for your kids, got love for what you do, support your modeling career, support your producing career. You like, nah, I just don't like the way he talked though. Like he speak respectfully, but you just don't. He's not California spoken, so you be like, nope. Why he come talk to me? You didn't even get to know him, you know. So you talk about ain't no good men out there. Like yeah, it's also the circle and the environment and like what you let yourself become attracted to and be like, it's never the right person. Yeah, because you keep looking for like this list that it's like the on the Love Is Blind show. I don't watch it no more, but Love Is Blind on Netflix.
Netflix.
No. Married at First Sight. They had all these scientists that like go through all the parameters and all that stuff or whatever, blah blah blah. They put people together and then they would get married. And some people would be like, this person just ain't my type. The therapist would be like, based on what you date, we know your type don't work for you. So we got these 6 people for you. Trust us. Just trust us. You can get to love this person. We know the shit that don't work for you. And the show is interesting because I think like they got a rate of like 60% success from strangers picking people. The divorce rate is 55%. So these therapists are picking people, and the marriage rate on the show is 60%. So sometimes like you don't even know what you want, and like subconsciously you're picking the exact same shit when you don't even know. You don't even know what your preference is, low key. It's interesting.
Yeah, and that makes sense. So what is taught with these lists? What is taught to females is that because we don't know what we want, we adjust the list as we go. But again, it just kind of grows, it grows like because if you adjust, and then also again, you're fixated because you're like going back, and it don't matter how positively you write it. Like instead of me saying I don't want a passive man, I wrote I want an assertive man. You're still fixated on different things, but that's what's taught is to go back and adjust the list.
But what it also is, I don't know if y'all ever heard of the Cinderella effect, but
Hmm.
there's there's therapists and there's people out there that have done this study about women from like the 80s all the way up until now, and they came up with this thing called the Cinderella effect. So pretty much, well, like because women grew up looking at different movies and everything like that, they have a certain image in their head. You know what I'm saying? And instead of when they meet a man, meeting that man like where he's at, who he is in that moment, they try to make that man fit the image in their head.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah,
not saying that men are perfect in this either, but we're a lot better in meeting that woman where she is.
right.
You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? If you show us this is who you are and everything like that, we try to figure out how we fit in your life. A woman is gonna say, okay, this is who you are, but I see he might not be shit. He might be a bum. He might be going through different transitions and everything like that. But because she'll fall in love with a man's potential, a woman will
Potential.
see this type of image or who he can be in 5, 10 years and everything like that. And when he doesn't become that person, now it's his
Hmm.
fault.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like she doesn't know how to take accountability and say, okay, well he was right here when I met him.
Exactly.
It's been 5 years and he's still right here.
Right.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, okay, maybe he just didn't like I'm still trying to break him down and change him into fit what's in my head. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? They end up calling it the Cinderella effect, the Prince Charming,
Hmm.
like that. Yeah. So even if you cross by you can have you can be a spinning image of like her worst ex and everything like that. And let's say you have 2 good qualities, but you have 12 bad qualities.
Right.
She's going to take those 2 good qualities and run with them
Hmm.
and say, okay,
Right.
Yeah.
I can change him into this, and everything like that. And that's why the same women keep repeating the same cycle. Oh,
Yeah.
all men ain't this, all men ain't that. It's like, nah, you keep going after the same type of men because you keep thinking you superwoman and you can just change a man into this perfect form
Yeah.
of human being like that you want to be like. Nah, like men, we can be taught on how to love you and how you want to be treated, but we can't. You can't change us into be the man that you want us to be. You know what
That's
I'm
real
saying?
talk.
We are really either already that man, and we just learn each other, or we aren't.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really wish that a lot of women nowadays would really
Yeah. Yeah. I think honestly too, I think it just needs to be I feel like I don't say said more from a male perspective, but I feel like women always say don't fall for his potential, don't fall for his potential, but like they still be fall. You know what I mean? Like it still happens. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like if it needs to be explained, like you explained it well, you meet a person where they're at. What I always tell myself, because I had that habit as well. I would be able to see a person, I'd be able to see their skills. I'm like, oh, and they can do this, and then they would share their dreams with me, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna live up to this, and we're gonna be happy. You know what I mean? And so I had to be like, but if none of that happens, if they don't reach those goals that they set for themselves, or if they don't become this very version of them that I see, am I happy with who they are right now? And that's what
Right.
I always have to kind of like, who they are right now. You know what I mean? That little flaw that irritates you, are you going to be okay with that down the line? You know what I mean? Is that something you can live with down the line? You know what I mean? If they don't move, can you be fine with that? You know?
Right. I think it also comes into like some of the shit, some things to be like mad petty, where it's like dude to be like a little bit shorter, right? So it's like that's not a potential thing. He fit all your other boxes, but he a little bit shorter. And you're like, damn, he got all the boxes, but like in the pictures, it's not gonna look fly. But he checked all the boxes. Like, so if it's like some petty, I don't think the petty shit is overlooked enough, but like the potential shit is like ends up being heavier. Like, oh well, if he make this much, then he'd be cool. Or if he move here, then he'd be cool. Or if he get this car, he'd be cool. Or if he do finish school, he'd be cool. If this all this like you said, this potential stuff, if it don't formulate, then you're gonna be like, damn, I wasted this time instead of just being like, you know what, I'm gonna take this person that probably don't have this one box that don't really matter. Let me just try. Let me try this out, I guess. So I do think potential is good, but it could also be a trap if you're like basing your happiness on that potential working out. It can't be that way. Anything that do work out after that could be a bonus. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But going in and like hoping that shit gonna come together, nah, that ain't it.
But if you're looking at potential, look at what stage of his potential is he in. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he a man with a plan, or is he a man that just talks shit? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, is he still working on putting things in place, or things already starting to align? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of where you like. There's nothing wrong with looking at a man's potential, but look at what stage of his potential is he in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no woman wants a guy that's just gonna always be talking about, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Like, and just say notice, I'm big on wordplay. You know what I'm saying? I believe that words have meaning and everything like that. So look at, like, is he saying, oh, I want to do this, or is he saying, oh, well, I'm doing this, and I have this in place to do this, this, and this. So that's I think something that a lot of women also need to look at and everything like that. Look at listen to the words he's saying, looking at the journey that he's on already. Look at, you know what I'm saying, what he has in place to put to get to where he wants to be and everything like that. But yeah, don't just listen to a guy like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and then like I said, in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're trying to figure out, okay, why the hell he still ain't here yet and everything like that? Because, you know what I'm saying, he ain't doing nothing but talking.
Right.
And one thing about women, they love they love to fall in love with the things that they hear.
Right.
Men fall in love. We fall in love with our eyes. Women fall in love with their ears.
Right. Straight up.
So that's another thing that I think is it's lost out of our teaching and everything like that. Like, I think both, you know, like both men and women and whatnot, we need to be taught not just how to pursue somebody else, but we also need to be taught on how we actually learn as individuals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How do we perceive certain things? Like, there's just certain things that are just like engraved in our DNA, engraved in our biology. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
That's
Yeah, no, I feel like it's important. Like you said, like what step is somebody on? If you say like potential, it's the difference between like potential and like an active plan, right? So like even like in the spot I stay on when I first moved in here like 3 years ago, the lady was like, "We're gonna put a TV down in the gym." It was like 3 years ago, ain't no TV in that gym. But at the time, there was no like outlet in there, no plug. It wasn't on the wall. Like, there wasn't no like guy in there. Where I wasn't like, I'm not tripping off. I go to 24, but I didn't ask like, well, when or what size. Or like y'all got a maintenance guy coming. Is the maintenance guy gonna do it, or y'all hiring an electrician? It's gonna be 2 TVs. Like you can ask questions about how far along a plan is, or if it's just like an idea. And people don't even. It's cold because like I think the hard part is, unless people are like scammers, they don't do it on purpose. Like people mean well. That's why they say a lot of your plans you should keep to yourself, not because people shit on your dreams, but because something like subconsciously that they studied says like the more you talk about something, it starts to make you feel like you're doing it. So people don't even mean to lie about their steps. They just say it a lot, like, yeah, I'm doing this shit. Like you're not though, you're just saying shit, but it's lying to yourself. That's why if you ever like when people say like lock in, a lot of times that just means shut up. If you shut up and focus on that shit on your own, by 3 months you'll be way further than you was telling all your homies for 3 months some shit was gonna happen. So I can't even blame people for just like talking a lot, because before I started doing comedy, I was talking about it before buying my house, before going back to school. Everything was just talking. I was like, Ryan, shut up and like put your head down and knock this shit out. And if anybody from the outside looking in, they can see how far along this plan was. So to Ray's point, is like if dude is like, oh, I'm going into real estate. Oh, for real? How many cribs you got? Are you approved? Oh no, I'm just one of my homies who gonna put me on, and like probably in the next couple of years we fitting to do something. Versus like I'm actually about to close on this duplex right now, or I got an agent show me this duplex right now. No, I just applied for this loan. I just paid off this Amex collection so that I can get my credit right, so that by December 2026 I can get an FHA, get this first time home buyers. Like, okay, it's shit happening. Or just somebody just saying something. You're like, oh well, if he get houses, he gonna be the shit. And then you sign up as like, oh, he wasn't even about that life. Then you try to help.
Yeah.
You try to help, and then we all got friends, or we've been in relationships, or got friends where it's like, oh, bro just need a little push. Oh, bro just need a link to this. Bro just needs me to introduce him to somebody. Hell nah. I done seen it happen 100 times. 100 times. Like even Lil Yachty said this. He said he spent millions of dollars trying to put his boys on and realized, oh, yo niggas don't even really want to rap. Damn. And you would think people talking about something will want to do it, but a lot of times it feels better to say it, and they like the idea of it, but not like the work of it. As a comic, I meet a bunch of people that want to tell jokes. They be at the club. I'm gonna go up eventually. They like the idea of it, but like just writing shit an hour a day for myself and then saying it out loud in here like a crazy person, that shit boring. People don't want to do the work, but the idea of it is sexy. You got a dude talking about a dope idea, and then you fall in love with the idea, and then you like, oh well, he got better ideas than AK down the street, who I know ain't ever gonna do shit. The nigga walk around in the nigga wearing the shiesty in the bank. So you will go ahead and choose the dude that's talking a lot and be like, oh, play myself. So I think a lot of it, that I've heard that bar before where it's like men listen with their eyes and women. You said women fall in love with the words, men fall in love with the vision. Yeah, that shit, that's heavy. That makes sense to me. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So make the list smaller. The list
has been smaller since our episode, okay?
Oh no! Last time I talked to her about this, I told her like I can't remember what the number was. But I told her you need to get that shit down to at least like the first double digits.
10.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it said, because I want to say it was in its 30s last time or something like that.
It was. I think when we talked about it, it was in its 40s, and when I talked to Ryan about it, it was in its 50s. It was close to 60 actually. But after our episode, I did go on ChatGPT, but also, like I said, I realized that a lot of it was reminders, a lot of it was self-sabotage. So it wasn't what the list was supposed to be. Because I remember when me and Ryan were talking about it, he was like, well, we talking about two different lists. And I'm like, I'm realizing that now.
Yeah.
So I feel like it took having that conversation about the list in a different way for me to be like, girl, this ain't the list.
Yeah,
it
was more like a warn. It was more like just
what not to do. What not to do.
Just hella warnings, like don't drive fast in the rain. Just not how to drive, but just like hella warnings, like beware. Like this is not helpful at all. I'm just scared. I'm just scared.
I think it's like 5-10 now. I think ChatGPT got it down really small because I also mentioned that I talk to my ChatGPT like I'm talking to y'all. So I'll be like, I noticed that there was some codependencies and self-sabotage, and there was some stuff going on. So anything that I feel like needs to be removed, let's remove that. And then also like they gave me affirmation to put at the bottom. And reality is to trust my healings because whether it's on the list or not, I can trust my intuition and my discernment. I'm gonna know whether this person is for me or not, even if it's just for a season, right?
Right.
So it's really just trusting my healing instead of keeping a document of what I healed from or what I know I don't want or what I know is not for me because I don't need
Right.
to document it. It's
Right.
in my mind.
I think everybody could be better at that, like men and women, especially you get older. Like I think once you get like over 30, like something about your intuition to tell you what's popping. Like, you know, and
Hmm.
I don't mean when it comes to the list, like not the characteristics where it's like they say like red flags, right? And some red flags
Hmm.
are like almost like universal, but some stuff is just your gut. You can see that in like
Yeah.
relationships or friends or even jobs. We've been like it we all been in a situation where it's been like, hey, you want to go out tonight? And you'd be like, I ain't even gotten to wear. It's already late. I probably shouldn't step out tonight. And those nights never go well. I'm not saying you get arrested and get shot, but like that night
Yeah.
is always like, I should have stayed my ass home. I don't mean going to a
Yes.
boring. I don't mean going to a boring birthday party. I mean some stupid shit happened. You're like,
No, for
I
real.
knew. Like a lot of people should be, and it's hard to trust your gut because like it's very very rare when you can see the outcome of your gut. It's not obvious.
Exactly.
It's not like, oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna fly to New York on 9/11. Good thing I didn't get on the plane. Not like that. I mean, like it's hard to tell that if you would have been down the street, that I don't know, your tire would have blew out. Like it's hard to tell, but like in your gut, sometimes you meet somebody and you be like, yo, this motherfucker fly, but this ain't right. Or you meet her and be like, she giving a lot of game, like them, she's talk nicely, but that ain't right. Even in the restaurants, you'd be like, man, I want the mozzarella sticks, but something telling me this spot's mozzarella sticks ain't gonna be it. So I think everybody could
Yeah.
do better just fucking with the intuition. I'm trying like more and more to get to trust my own, like as I've gotten
Yeah.
older, because we've seen a lot of shit. So if you know, you can't prove it, but like you could
Yeah.
tell, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
I mean,
For
but that goes
sure.
into looking at patterns. You know what I'm saying? Just like every person has patterns, every moment, every situation has different patterns.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it,
Yes.
like Ryan was saying, it can be that one night that you went out when you knew you should have stayed home, and then you end up meeting somebody that can set you back a year or 2 years just because they was the wrong person. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Type
Like
shit.
that.
Yes.
Like it might sound crazy. You might have a fun couple months with this person, but now all of this healing that you've done to get back to where you want to be because your ass went out and was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Now you done met the wrong motherfucker, and excuse my language, but you done met the wrong dude and everything. You know what I'm saying? Now you done wasted a year, 2 years, however long with this dude. And now after him, now you gotta start completely over from scratch, but also you done added on to the baggage and the trauma that you already had that you were dealing with.
Right.
So it's a hundred.
Yep.
He's 100% right, but it's also like if you can't trust that, like he was saying that your intuition, you got to look at it like you don't really trust yourself.
Right.
Yeah. For
You
sure.
know, like if there's a voice in your head saying, "Nah, bro, just stay inside, just stay inside tonight, watch Netflix." You feel me? And you decide to just throw something on real quick and then go out. You know what I'm saying? It might be something small as damn, I just blew my tire out. Now you gotta spend $300-400 getting it replaced.
Yeah.
It might be something worse, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to speak that on nobody, but yeah, man, like you at the end of the day, you can't do the work to get to a certain point and then get to a certain point and you asking for signs, you asking God, please show me this and everything like that. And it might come that answer might come in the smallest little details.
Bruh.
Like just imagine this. You ever been getting ready to go out someplace? And I feel like I'm a very decisive person. If I feel like I'm getting ready to go out someplace and by the time I get to looking in my closet and I can't find underwear, in the back of my head, that's me saying, you don't need to go out tonight.
Bruh.
Yeah.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I'm a visual person. If I can't look, I'm like, okay, I'm going out here tonight. This is how I want to look. Okay, I know exactly what I'm wearing. That's how I know it's meant for me to go out. But if I'm like, damn, I'm going here. So let me go look at my clothes. Now I gotta search. I gotta do all this extra work and everything like that. Now I might not even like how I look and how I feel
Right.
and everything. Now the whole energy for the night is thrown off. I should have just stayed on the couch watching TV.
Straight
You know what
up.
I'm saying? I'm telling you, it be them little small details
Yeah.
and everything that people really just need to hold on to sometimes. Like people like it's so easy to look at the big picture or
Yeah.
the final product, but the small details that go into that big project is what really makes like what can make or break it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then you
Yeah.
you only hear that at like 5, 10 years after somebody's success story. Like you listen to whether it's like a Kobe story, LeBron story, a Denzel story, Chadwick Boseman story. It's like, yeah, this one day I went left instead of going right, and then I met Denzel Washington. And now I'm in this movie. Like you only hear that at the end, but in the beginning, it's hard to see that shit. That's why OGs like you said patterns, right? That's why old people would be like, you understand when you get older. My mom be like, you shouldn't do that. I'd be like, nah, I know better than you. It's like how that shit work out. It didn't go right because they know, like they done seen it all. And the older we get, it's like, man, I know that shit ain't right. And you will really ask for a sign. I ask for a sign from like the universe, like, bro, let me know what's popping. And it won't be the sign I asked for. It'd be like
Yeah.
this Clorox should have fallen over for no reason. It's like, nah, that wasn't the sign. No, nigga, that
No,
was
no,
the
no, no.
sign.
That the sign that you asked for might not come in the form that you thought it would come into.
Exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It might
Yeah.
be something big, it might be something small, but you got what you was asking for. You
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I'm a firm believer that God gonna always answer your prayers. It might not be in the form that you wanted it to be answered in, but if you really pay attention and look at it closely, He gave you and showed you exactly what you was asking for. Now it's
Right.
just up to you on whether you gonna listen or not.
Straight up.
Yeah.
It takes a minute to identify that shit. Like, is that the
A hundred
thing?
Yeah.
percent.
You'd be like, I don't even know if that's the thing, but I'm gonna I
Yeah.
asked for something, so I'm gonna chill. And a week later, you're like,
Yeah.
that was the thing. Versus
Yeah.
ignoring it and then you play yourself. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
and then even in the opposite, when like things don't work out for me, I'll really be like, oh, that was just for me. That just wasn't for
Hmm.
me. Like
Yeah.
if it's somewhere like I gotta go and I'm delayed, and instead of getting there like an hour early, I'm there 30 minutes early because something happened on the freeway. I'm like, well, I just wasn't supposed to be there at that time. So whenever anything pop off, I try to use alchemy to put that in my own favor. If it's something
Hmm.
that don't go the right way, I wasn't supposed to work there. I wasn't supposed to go out there night. I wasn't supposed to get booked on that show. It's just how it goes. So I think when it comes to intuition and patterns, we all see it. Like everybody see the pattern. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the difference between, and then sometimes I know it's where it's like it's some shit that you should do to like change your life, and then it'd be like fear. That's not intuition. That's just
Hmm.
you getting over some shit to go try something new. And I think sometimes
Yeah.
people confuse that with intuition, where it's like, don't just say fuck it. If it can benefit your life, yeah, fuck it. But if it don't feel right, it can't be fuck it. Like I'm gonna stay in right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go to that interview. That job don't seem right. Every time a job turned out to be a pyramid scheme, I swore I knew. I swear I'd be like, that shit don't seem right.
Yeah.
And then I go somewhere
Bro,
and I'm
you
in
ever
the
you know
go
that
ahead,
you
go
know
ahead.
that butterfly feeling?
Yes.
So I actually had my therapist tell me this one time. He pretty much said that butterfly, like when women be like, "You give me butterflies," that's actually your nervous system telling you that whatever it is, you shouldn't be around it. That's what it
Word.
is. Like that's like
Yeah.
people be thinking that it's not it's a good thing. Like, oh, he gives me butterflies when I'm around him and everything like that. That's not a good feeling and everything like that. That's because like this your gut is your core. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Everything starts at your core and whatnot. Like that's like even when you get scared and everything like that, like you can feel the hairs on the back of your head stand up.
Mm-hmm.
That's your gut telling you like that it's preparing you for war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's telling
Yeah.
you to be on your P's and Q's and stay alert and everything like that. Every single feeling and every single thought that we get starts at our gut and then it expands throughout our body
Hmm.
and everything like that. So like that butterfly feeling, that's actually your gut telling you whatever that situation is, whatever that thought is, whatever that person is, whatever that place is, whatever, that's your nervous system telling you that like there's something in you saying I shouldn't be around them people. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be eating that and
But
Wow.
everything like
Wow.
yeah. But I feel like that's where also that self honesty comes into play because
Damn.
sometimes your nervous system will tell you to run because something's unfamiliar, right? So if you're familiar with, you know, an unhealthy situation, an unhealthy connection, that's going to feel safe because that's what you're used to. So
Right,
you might get butterflies with someone who's healthy because it's different for you. You know what I mean? So if you kind of use that with, if you use or he or she, whatever your therapist mentioned, if you use that and you're not in tune with yourself or honest with yourself, then you might run from something healthy to something unhealthy because it's familiar, because you got that feeling. You know what I mean? So I think it's like really, like you said, knowing your voice, knowing the difference between fear and intuition, knowing the difference between anxiety and intuition, because sometimes your anxiety will sound smart, like, no, you should do that because of this, and give you all the reasons, right? And you think it's intuition. Intuition, I feel like intuition is just really direct and specific. No, don't do it. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Anxiety gonna have all these facts to back it up, you know what I mean? But also like knowing in your body when what's what. Because for me, I do get those feelings, but it's usually with healthy situations. So I have to like step back and look at the individual that I'm connecting with and like really be honest with myself. You know what I
right.
mean? Like, why would you feel uncomfortable right now? You know what I mean? And sometimes it is an uncomfortable situation because the person maybe they said something that was triggering, but they're not doing something that's harming. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
that
feel
is.
like,
Go
yeah, I
ahead.
feel like it's just honesty, self honesty, and knowing yourself.
I was gonna say that is interesting though, because when you do get butterflies, it does become a trance, and like you just end up in like it's like your brain loses control. Because once you get butterflies, you
Hmm.
just start moving. You just start like moving into shit. And
Hmm.
there have been times where it's like where I've felt it, where it's like, oh, I bet I got a show gonna be dope. Butterflies. There's other situations where I'm like, this is gonna be dope, but it's just like it's just a weird butterfly dopamine for some shit I know I shouldn't be doing. And like you said,
Hmm.
self honesty, where it's like you like falling in love with this feeling that's having you just dragging you into some shit that you shouldn't be involved in, but it feels so good that you be like,
Yeah.
oh no, these butterflies wouldn't lie to me. Like I'm gonna go do
Yeah.
it, and then you be
I feel it
hosed
in my body.
for real, for real. So
I feel it in
now,
my bones. It's the right choice.
yeah, now I saw something that had said they was talking about how what's up, little man. I saw something that had said like um similar to what Ray was saying, like the micros, the microbiome like inside of your gut and then like in your core, like
Hmm.
there's like thoughts in there that connect to your nerves
Yeah.
and like that area is like super powerful. And that's why a lot of times, like if you consume a lot of alcohol, alcohol like kills off like a lot of the good bacteria in your gut, which can
Hmm.
lead to like you not moving correctly in certain situations. So you
Hmm.
combine that with being out late, like, and the later we get in the day, the worse decisions we make, so on and so forth. Then you outside on a day when you shouldn't have been outside. So I feel it 100%. 100%. I think
Yes.
intuition patterns, that pattern should be getting because OGs be stuck in their ways, but they be right. When I was young, I'd be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, what is you? You don't know, man, you don't know Mike. Mike is a good dude. Pops be like, nope, I could tell by the cut of his jib. That boy ain't right. that boy ain't right. Next thing you know, I was about to hang out with Mike. I told you. So
But if you listen to the two words that you said nervousness and fear. You know what I'm saying? Fear isn't always a bad thing. Fear just means like what Deshay has said. That's something that's unfamiliar to you.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Nervousness is more so something that's your body telling you to be alert
right.
of something and everything like that. So like Deshay said, that comes down to to you knowing yourself and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Trusting the work that you've done in your evolution and everything like that, and really being able to tell the difference. Like, okay, is this something that's just what I'm saying new to me? Is this something that I might be okay? I asked for all of this and everything like that. Now I've been gifted or I've been given this opportunity. And yes, it might be fearful because it's like you said, it's new.
Yeah,
You know, what I'm saying? Or it's just a pattern that I'm feeling, or it's just a pattern that I'm noticing and everything like that. And now this is more so like a nervous feeling, everything like that.
right.
Um, So yeah, that's why I said I'm big on wordplay. Like being nervous and being fearful, two completely different things and whatnot.
Right.
And your body will always know the difference. It's just a matter of you knowing your body and knowing how you feel.
Yeah. You gotta know how to use that tool. So it's like in your car, like the check engine light come on. It could be an engine problem, or it could just be like something with you may just need a smog check. But you gotta know. But like internally, we have our own, like I guess, computer system that lets you know like how you're using that fear. Like Mike Tyson said, he was scared before every fight. Mike Tyson scared before every fight. Don't make no sense. But that's just your body properly using that tool before you go in and do what you're supposed to do. But I think, like you said, fear, anxiousness, anxiety, nervousness. If you know how to use them correctly and know where they got into you, then you'll go to the right places. When it comes to the words, like you said, like I try to stay away from like certain words, like scared, because a lot of times it's just unfamiliar. If it's genuine fear, and I'm scared, then it's a problem. Like the plane about to crash, something like that. But primarily, a lot of those feelings have to be like navigated properly. When it comes to like picking a partner or like meeting anybody, it's just something in you to be like, all right, I need more information, or something in you that says, you know what, this shit just don't feel right, and you could feel it. Like it's a light people give off. It could be a light. It don't even always gotta be dark. It could be a light. Like just that light, that ain't it. Something about that's not it. You know what I mean? So,
the best analogy I can think of is, when you get a new car and they get on E,
yeah,
and you're trying to figure out how long you can drive until it stops. That's nervous. That's nervous. You know what I'm saying? But once you had that car for a minute and okay, I can drive. Okay, it's on E. I can drive at least 15, 20 minutes before it actually stops.
Right.
And then you get to that 15, 20 minute mark and you're like, oh shit, I'm still going.
Yeah.
That's a whole different type of feeling.
That's a whole different feeling. I had a Mustang. I had a Mustang that got 25 miles past the E. The Honda get like 45 miles past the E. Like I've done it so many times. But when you're in that long freeway ride, you're like, yo, can you make it? Like, are we gonna be able to do this? And the car be like, I got you.
Bro, I'm still 5 minutes from the crib. You feel me? Like, let me start looking up gas stations. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. That's a great analogy, 100%. But it's weird though, because like, I mean, I've been in a situation where I had a whip where I had like a Jeep Cherokee where the gas gauge didn't work, and like it just didn't work. But I always kind of like, it's weird. It didn't work, but I still kind of knew. Like I still had like this weird, interesting idea. So I think that's when you like to take that analogy further. That's when you could train your mind to be like, this shit finna be fine. You did everything the right way, even though you can't see it. So I feel like the gas analogy really works, because I be pushing that shit badly. badly, straight up.
I feel that. Did you, Ray? Did you get to talk about the topic you wanted to talk about? Because I missed like a chunk of what y'all was talking about earlier, so I don't know if y'all touched on it.
So I wanted to know, because I have my own thoughts and feelings when it comes to healthy and unhealthy egos and everything like that. And I personally feel like we all have some type of form of narcissism in us.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know nowadays people look at it as such a negative word and everything, but when you really look at the definition of the word, it's hard to say that not one person on this earth doesn't have some type of form of narcissism and everything like that. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on what you feel like, or what you think is a form of a healthy ego and unhealthy ego.
I think that the healthy ego comes from competition with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like the negative ego like comes from like negative competition with other people. And I think like when you compete with other people in like a negative manner, it can give you entitlement in like the negative way. But like for your own ego, if you're in competition with yourself for like what you did yesterday, then there'll be improvement. And I think a lot of confidence comes from like the preparation. Like, and I could see the difference in myself where, like, if I write the night before the show or write the morning of the show, I feel different on stage than if I didn't write that day, right? And then when I go out and I'm like, I'm gonna be the best comic on the whole lineup, I'm not doing that in the sense of like I want anyone else to do bad. It's more of like I want myself to be better than I was yesterday, and as a performer, I want other people to be impressed. So it's like that's kind of why I think when there are situations where they'll ask an NBA player like Carmelo, they're like, "You failed," and it's like, "How I failed? Like I cleared $200 million. Like I played a healthy career in the NBA. Like I won at life." And so I think a healthy ego comes from like healthy competition with yourself, along with like preparation. So a lot of confident people, they know what they've done to like already be confident. And there's a little bit of like, there's a tad of fake it till you make it too, because we all gotta have like some type of ego in yourself. So there's some delusion involved. But I think the negative part comes from being in like competition with others so much to the point where you never feel satisfied because again, like comparison, it becomes like the thief of joy. So I think the healthy ego definitely comes from like the preparation and then what you do in the background. And then outside of the performance issue and like the practice that we all do for our crafts, on the other end, it's like the self-talk you give yourself. So when it comes to words with me, I work really hard to not like beat myself up about shit. If I gotta say it out loud, like Ryan, you fucked that up. How are we gonna do that better next time? Cool. But never like, oh, you the worst. That's horrible. You bad. Nobody cares. Nobody likes it. And I think when you do too much negative self-talk, you end up in negative competition with others because it becomes a self-entitlement. Like, why am I so bad at this? Then why is everybody better than me at this? Damn, how come nobody's buying my record? How come nobody is going to this event I have? So I think it comes from like self-awareness and healthy self-talk, and then like preparation, like for that ego. But you need some delusion though too to be like, yo, I could do this. Like, it's got to be something like that. But for ego, I think everybody got it. I heard somebody go over the definition of narcissism one day, and I was like, oh man, that's everybody. Like the way the word was broken down, like that was everybody. And you do need, I think that even having an ego give you like a bad rap sometimes, because you should go some places with a certain amount of entitlement. Like you kind of have to, like you got to apply for a job, and LinkedIn got 10 million jobs. So you got to feel like you are qualified to get this job. Are you more qualified than all these other people? I hope so. Like I did everything I could do to be as qualified as Ryan, but yeah, I gotta be better than them. Because at one point in the interview, they always will ask you. Sometimes they ask like, "Well, why should we hire you over everyone else?" Well, here we go, and that's when like all the preparation kicks in. Like I've done this. I did this for 10 years. I did certification. I was referred by so and so XYZ. But when it's just like you should just hire me, or I should be given this opportunity just because I'm better than everybody, I think that's when like the ego comes out that doesn't have the preparation to back up the ego. So I think it's healthy for everyone to have one. And in short, I think it gets toxic or negative when you're in too much competition with other people. Even for people that talk shit about being in competition, like when you see Kobe interviews, like, yeah, I want to do better than everybody, so I'm gonna kill these people, I'm a murderer, I'm a serial killer, all that shit or whatever. But a lot of Kobe shit was like working on himself, still being better than he was last season. Like you practicing 3 times a day, because he knew everybody else wasn't practicing as much as he was practicing, but that still makes him better. So there's some competition, healthy self-talk, preparation, a little bit of delusion. That would be my recipe. I hope that answers your question.
I like that you brought up Melo and everything, because when you look at bro resume, like it's the reason that he's in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Top 10 scorer, multiple gold medals and everything like that. Bro was a walking bucket.
Right.
And me being an athlete, I've been an athlete my entire life and everything like that. You have to be a narcissist and you have to have an ego in a certain sense to line up across from somebody else. And without saying it, you're saying, bro, I put in X amount of work, X amount of hours. I'm better than you. I'm just here to show that I'm better than you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like you have to have some type of ego, and like you said, there is a healthy way and an unhealthy way to look at it and everything like that. But yeah, 100%. Like you said, like there is certain instances in life where you have to have an ego. You won't be successful if you don't have some type of ego.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like with me with my massage business, with you and your company, with Deshae and her business and modeling and everything like that, you have to have some type of ego saying that I've put in too much work and too much effort to not be here, to not be looked at in this way, to not be seen and heard in this way and everything like that. But
Right.
yeah, it's 100%. So another question that I had, and I brought this up to Deshae a while ago. I couldn't remember exactly what I had told her, but it was one day I was at work and I don't know why it popped in my head like randomly and everything like that. And I was thinking between the difference between a man's ego and a woman's ego. And what I came up with is that I think a woman's ego is more mental. A man's ego is more emotional. And the reason I say that is because if you tell a woman 100 times, if 100 people tell this one woman 100 times that she's the so if sit down. If 100 people tell this woman that she's beautiful and everything like that, even if she ain't, she's gonna believe it, right?
I would say so. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's more mental. Now, like her mental has been built up to a certain point and everything like that, to where she actually believes in her mind that she's beautiful. But a man, the reason why they like the whole saying is like the whole saying with women is like, oh, feed a man's ego and everything like that, is because a man will literally move mountains, like he will move heaven and earth if he believes that he is everything to you. If you constantly telling him, baby, you're this, you're that, I believe in you, I'm proud of you and everything like that, it don't matter what that dude does for work and what he doesn't want to do, what his dreams is and everything like that, he's going to move heaven and earth to make sure that you're good and you're taken care of and everything like that, because now he doesn't want to taint the thought and the feeling and the way that you see him in your mind and everything like that. So that feeds into more like his emotional being and everything. You telling 100 women telling a woman that she's beautiful, that more so feeds into like her mental. So
Right.
I want to hear your perspective on it.
That's interesting. I may need you to expand a little bit more. So what you're saying is like when if the right woman tells us like, yo, you the illest, you saying like emotionally we're attached to that identity of being the illest and we'll pursue that. But it's
not necessarily the I'm trying to think about how to so in your life right now, like what's the woman that you feel like believes in you the most?
Probably my girl. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, 100%. So with her
and my mom, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, let's go with your mom. Out of those two women and everything like that, I can guarantee you, as long as they've known you, especially your mom, they've always talked you up above of where you at and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They've always spoke life into you. They've always told you how great you are, how great you're going to be, how proud they are of your small wins, your big wins, and everything like that. That fed into how you felt about yourself emotionally.
Okay.
So now it's more so like, even if you aren't that just yet, or even if you don't feel like that about yourself just yet and everything like that, you don't want to let that person down that you love the most and that believes in you the most down and everything like that. So you're gonna make sure that you go over and beyond to make sure that you prove them right.
Agree. Okay.
That's kind of what I'm saying. But like that's why I can't remember what I can't remember what podcast or what I was watching, but one of the hosts was pretty much saying like, oh, it was Carlos Miller. He was on a podcast and he was talking about like that's why you find so many like ugly girls nowadays that's mean as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because they've had the wrong man
Right.
the wrong amount of times tell them that they're this and they're that. And even if they ain't now and they back in their minds they are, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I was a 3 before, but he thinks I'm a 9, he thinks I'm a 10, he thinks I'm perfect. Now I don't have to change anything about myself.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
You get what I'm saying? Now I'm set in my ways. Now instead of me pursuing personal growth, now I'm just comfortable with who I am and where I am at nowadays and everything like that. Now I just think every man should accept me exactly who I am. That's
okay. Okay, now I do see what you mean because there's a lot of since I've been younger, there's a lot of like fly shit my mom has like told me where I'm like, damn, I could never let her down in this way. I gotta always pursue this ideal that she had, even though she said I superseded it, but still, it's always some shit where I'm like, nah, I gotta do better. But I could see how, I would think not even like even outside of men like telling a woman she's pretty 100 times. I would say for most women, not speaking for women, I could be completely wrong, but like they're valued like from birth. So like, hey, don't hit your sister. Like, hey, protect your sister. Like, hey, make sure she good. Like, hey, daddy's little girl. Hey, so on and so forth. Versus I have more male friends that got like beef with their mom than I have female friends that got beef with their mom. And all my friends that's cool with their mom or whatever, they have this ideal of themselves they have to fulfill because they was, I don't want to say gassed up, but they were gassed up as younger. Like I was gassed up. My mom wants, you could do this, you could do anything. Some shit gonna be harder because of life or whatever, but I don't want to hear that shit. You ill, you're smart enough to do it, whatever, XYZ. But I could see how if you're told the same thing by people, it can just change your mental. It's like, oh no, I'm good where I'm at. Like people gonna love me for who I am. Because my dad always told me this, and my brothers always told me this, and my friends said this. My friends said, oh, girl, you find the way you are, like XYZ. But for men, it's like, I guess within our circles, like, it's more or less like, bro, nah, like, nigga, if you get bigger, you going to lose a foot. Like, this shit ain't going to work out for you. Or you got homies that, like, really feel like, oh, you the illest, bro. Like, we all look up to you like, God damn, I got to do this shit and make sure the whole circle cool. Versus, like I say, on the other end, it's like, if you get told, oh, you fine, girl, like, she the finest bitch in the world. She's the finest woman in the world. She finds shit all day. All day long. It's like, oh, I'm the best. This is all I got to do. I'm done. There's no like mission to fulfill because it's already locked in. So I can definitely see like the difference like in both of the sexes when it comes to ego. I mean, I think what I would say is that the hardest part for like either side is like, I think like once men earn something, like once we get some shit like low key, like certified, it's easy to see. And it's like, all right, bet, like I'm locked in, like I'm certified, like I'm him. Like alpha shit isn't real. I won't even use the word alpha, but just like there's like tiers and shit. I think like when it comes to women, because so many of them get told that, I think it gets to a point where like they constantly gotta like prove themselves, primarily in the workforce. Like you can look at a dude's resume and then be like, oh well, oh he did this, he worked there. Oh, all right, rate as shit. Versus like Kamala, it's like, oh no, she slept with Larry Brown 30 years ago. Like, nigga, really? Like, she the vice president of the United States. Like, she's a U.S. attorney. Like, she's highly decorated. Nah, she's only vice president because she slept with Larry Brown 30 years ago, which is insane. So I think there's positives on both things. That's why I think a lot of dudes, when they get to a certain level, it takes a lot to realize that they're gonna fell off. Whether you talking about whether we go all the extreme like OJ Simpson or even like Tiger Woods with like the wife shit or like a Charlie Sheen, it takes a while to be like, oh, hey, even Kanye, like, oh, hey, he fell off. He's a Nazi now. But for like Kim, she been like constantly like proving herself forever because she was told her, but she was gorgeous. And it's like, fuck, well, you get to a point where it's like, I'm more than gorgeous. Like how many times you got to prove that as a chick? I think dudes, we pursue greatness, but like we once we're locked in, like once the resume is locked in, people just look at them like, oh, well, we already know that nigga's the illest. Like I think. So that's how I would view the egos. I think they may have it a little bit easier in the beginning, but then once we get to like middle age, I think it's easier for us. To me.
Well, there's a, and I've heard it a lot in the podcast world and everything like that. A lot of people say that women are given their value from birth and everything
Right.
like that, and a man has to pretty much like earn and build his value. And there actually is some truth to that because, to be honest with you, if you a woman and you look good enough, you can get a dude or a few dudes to pay your rent and bills. You really ain't got to do nothing but sit around and look pretty. You feel me?
Right.
But on the flip side, a man will never be able to do that. If you don't eat, you just don't eat. That's
Right.
on you. You know what I'm saying? There is nobody coming to save you
Right.
and everything. You know, so there is. no,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. What you saying?
I was
What you
gonna
saying?
say, so I think that's the disadvantage, right? So as a dude, like ain't nobody coming to save you from jump off top. So you got to figure it out on your own. And then once you certify, people fuck with it forever. But for women, it's like, yeah, you could be pretty and sit on the couch. If you get a dude to pay everything, eventually you gonna age out, right? And you can only sit around and be pretty for so long. Like you 45, you bad as hell, but it's like, yeah, Tracy Ellis Ross, she fine, but she old. Like, I want somebody else. So I think the beauty can only get you so far, especially with dudes like, I don't know, like getting, I don't want to say getting smarter, but I guess maybe becoming like more economical, or like these passport niggas are just flying to the other country and then coming back. Like, so I think the prettiness, just chilling, having dudes pay for stuff, can only get you so far. And I think that's why we got like the prenup laws and the like alimony and all that, because like the beauty that you have that some man values isn't gonna like get you a job. But like the shit that men gotta do from the beginning, even as an athlete, like there's shit that you learned and practices and discipline that you took on, and like awards that you got and records you broke in school that got you to a place where like, oh nah, Ray was all city. Like he has a discipline within him that's gonna help him run this massage business. Versus like just being pretty ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be. You can't put that on a resume anywhere. So I think I completely agree with you. Like I think they're born with that value. We got to earn that value. And once the value's earned, it's like there. Once their value's earned, it's still even like you only got this because you're pretty. Like I'm a doctor. She be like, I'm a doctor. Like, yeah, but you a fine ass doctor, so they probably let you skate by. Like it's like I hate to say the pretty girl curse, but I think from what I read and from what I hear on other podcasts, it seems like that shit is real. So in my eyes, I mean, but Shay, you got any comment on like how? Please get involved on the way that women's egos work. Please give us your little knowledge you may
Please,
have,
I need
because
to hear
obviously
that.
me and Ray know more about it than you would. Obviously,
Obviously.
we know more about it than you would.
No, I don't know. It's funny because I see both points, and that's why I was like, I don't know where I jump in because I can see both. Like
Yeah,
I've actually, as a model, sometimes when I do work with photographers or I work behind backstage, it's because you're a model. You know what I mean? It's like no, because I'm smart and I know how to get you guys, where you go.
right,
I know how to pose you. I know how to, you know what I mean? It's because I have this other stuff, but I also can see the mindset thing because I think that the ego is fed through the mind and it validates. So like
right.
I feel like that validation is something that I mean we hopefully we heal out of that, right? Because I feel like I've healed out of it to where I don't seek that validation, but it does feed you. For example, like he said, you're pretty, you're pretty, you're pretty. When I was little, I didn't think I was pretty. But I'm like, well, she said I was pretty, and she said
Right.
I was pretty. I
Okay.
always talk about how pretty, you know what I mean? And so that helped. It did help me,
Yeah.
when I was younger, because I was like, I don't know if I'm pretty or not. I don't feel like, the insecurities.
Right.
So I can see that too. Someone letting that move them instead of actually doing some work within themselves to believe that they're pretty. You know what
That's
I
real.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you hear something so many times, you're like, well. 5 times out of 10, like two, I
Yeah.
got two, you're uglies, and I got five, you're pretty. So
Yeah.
I must be pretty. You know what I mean?
That's real.
But even with like other things, like you're talented, you're this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. But if you hear it so many times, I do feel like for women, I do feel like we do take that on. But I do feel like there is that ego again that we talked about when we talked about healthy versus unhealthy. I do feel like there's that ego that you develop within yourself because when you actually do the healing, then it is still, I do feel like it's still a mind thing, but it's not coming from other people. You know what
Right.
I mean? So, like, for example, I've done the healing. I know who I am. I love who I am. I look in the mirror and I'm satisfied with that, right? So, I don't need someone to tell me that for me to now walk with that ego, right? I
Right.
work my ass off for the ego that I have right now, right? So, like, now I can go into those rooms and be like, yes, I'm here. I'm not just a model. I'm a model and a, coordinator and a, concept developer and a creative director. Like I can go in there with the titles because I know who I am. I don't need someone to be like, yeah, girl, you did good on that. You should be this. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't need my ego to be fed because I can feed it myself. But also, like you said, I have the preparation so I can back it up. You know what
Right.
I
Right.
mean? I'm not just out here shooting off at the mouth saying I can do all these things. So I think that, like I said, I see both points, and I feel
Yeah.
like both are true. I just think that what happens within people once they start to heal is it's less external and more internal.
It still helps though, right? Like even though like as a model and then, like you feel like like you believe you're pretty on your own, the validation still helps though, right?
It does still help. It does still help. Like for example, the photo shoots that I do are not when I first set out to model, I wasn't always thinking this would be the kind of photo shoots that I would do. Now I did say I wanted to be a Victoria's Secret model, but I never even actually saw myself, right, actually posing and wearing the things that I wear, right? But now when I get feedback from different women, different moms, because I'm a mom that are all talking about it. Even communicating with Ray, we're gonna we plan to recreate a shoot that I
Right.
did. You know what I mean? Because it's the message behind the shoot, right? Even hearing that from a male's perspective, because usually from males, that's not what I'm getting. I'm not getting, oh, that was powerful. Oh, I see the message. Oh, that was healing
Right.
or oh like you found your own lane. I'm not getting that from males. I'm getting the other stuff, because you see a girl and she's got nothing but satin on her, like some males' minds will just go there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it does help. But what I've learned is to when it comes more internal, the external doesn't sway you so much. For example, if somebody was like shitting on my photo shoot, yeah, it was cute, but this, and like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let that tear me down
Right.
because
Right.
I can be honest with myself and know where I need to work on. So I know what they said that's for me and what's not for me, what's hating and what's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like the external does help, but I think that it becomes dangerous when that's all you're going off of, you
Right.
know?
I think that now that you mentioned criticism, I think that in my experience, I think that could be a big difference in the male and female ego as well. Where I think that when we talk about when Ray mentioned or like they're born with value, and a lot of us got to for the lack of better expression, men got to get out the mud for the most part or whatever. I think what happens is that I think that men take criticism better, and that is
100%.
great for the ego, right? So it's
Hmm.
like, because I'm not gonna say we all have, but some of us have been that ain't right, whether it's from mom or dad, grandma or grandpa, forever. Like that ain't right, fix it. You know what I mean? And when it comes to women, if it's like dating, like we was saying earlier, like a man will compromise to like make us fit into her life, right? So a lot of the boyfriends and men's and husbands won't even say, "Hey, this is wrong." The new
Yeah.
relationship, someone's like, "Hey, yo, this is wrong." So I think that has a large effect on the ego as well. Like the way that you do receive criticism without
Yeah.
being defensive, and not and
Yeah.
you as an artist, me as an artist, like I mean, I get it. Like sometimes people say some stuff, and like there's some truth in it that I could work with. Like I can
Hmm.
find some construction, like within this hate, I can find some construction. And
Yes.
then sometimes if it's no construction, I just get back to my like second law of my second agreement, where it's like whatever you're
Yeah.
saying ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yep.
Like you
That's
must be
your business. That's
you
none of my
must be
business.
if you're like, yo, this Ryan, this joke sucks. I'm like, all right, man, you must be having a bad day. If you're like, hey Ryan,
Yeah.
this joke sucks, like This punchline is whack. It's unrelatable. It's a pop culture reference in here that nobody gets, and you're talking too fast. The joke sucks. Okay, I'm gonna use all this other stuff that you told me, and then use that. But I think in certain situations, I think some people haven't received enough feedback, and I would say like some people that I see that that have trouble receiving feedback.
Yeah.
Especially within my space, could be like some of my female counterparts. I mean, there's men that can't take feedback, obviously, but just like my experience is the way that we receive criticism has a massive effect on the ego. Like I think if you could use that criticism correctly, then you about to go up. You about to, if criticism can be used correctly, like you about to go up. The sales numbers suck. You're not making enough calls. Whatever, you have to go. But if you can't take the criticism the right way, like, oh well, because my dad always told me I was pretty, my ex-boyfriend told me I was pretty, right? You just don't know what this is supposed to taste like. No, this food stuff, it's over salted, it's undercooked. And,
but so to your point, that goes back into that Cinderella effect that I was telling you about and everything like that. Like it all starts as a kid and whatnot. And for women, yeah, your entire childhood, you were saying you're beautiful. Any man to be happy to have you. You're perfect exactly where you are. You're this, you're that. So you're automatically growing up with like, okay, well, if I'm already here, I shouldn't have to do that much work to get here.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like men were taught at a very young age, like, nah, if you don't work, you don't eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're automatically we have a different type of built-in um work ethic. And not saying that women don't work hard because you absolutely do, but it's in a entirely different way and everything. And and like when it comes to the different feedback and everything like that, like if you tell a woman something that she don't want to hear, automatically you hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like even if like women will listen to, they more so like they listen to how you say it, not what you say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Men, I can tell Ryan something, and I might say it in an aggressive way, but he's like 9 times out of 10, he's going to listen to what I said, not how I said it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I say this exact same thing to Shay, not saying she will, but 9 times out of 10, she's going to look at like, why you had to say it like that?
Right.
He's listening to how I said it, not what I said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're automatically like you're automatically bringing your feelings into it. Like I'm keeping
For
feelings
sure.
out.
That's
Yeah. 100%.
That's what I was gonna say. Two things I feel like women do when we receive one thing, like you said, feedback. Sometimes some people haven't received enough feedback. We do receive feedback, but it's usually more comforting.
It's
Or like you know, what
very
I mean?
light.
We're around those
Yeah.
women. Yeah, it's real
Oh, it's
light.
gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay, girl. You got this. Like you know what I mean? So it's not real feedback. You know, to me, it's not real feedback.
Nah, that's
You
real.
know,
Yeah.
it like for example that the list. I've been talking to girls about that list for a long ass time.
Wow.
But I talked to Ray about it, and he was like, nah. But I talked to you about it. Nah. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted you guys. That's why I wanted you guys on the same show because I have friends who I told them after I talked to them after I talked to both of y'all, and they're
Right.
like, "Wow, I need it." You know what I mean? So it's like we don't get that from other girls. So the
Right.
feedback being the type of feedback that you get, sometimes we can't take feedback because we've been getting shitty feedback. Like it's to us, we think it's
That's a
good.
good
We
point.
think it's good because it's like comforting and loving, but no, baby, it's not. It's not serving us, right? It's enabling us. The second
No,
thing is
women give each other the worst advice ever. Like women will give each other the worst advice. That's where this whole bullshit body positivity came in
Right.
and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll you'll have the meanest woman that's the most unattractive woman, but thinks that she's above everybody else because she has the same 3, 4 women telling her that she's this, she's that, and
Right.
she might have 2 or 3 guys telling her she's this and she's that. But in actuality, one, you're not a nice person, and two, you don't even look good. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like that's a bad combination, But man, like that's what I'm saying. Like I can give Ryan some criticism, and everything, and he'll take it in the way that I gave it, and he'll well, it's up to him on whether he uses it or not and whatnot. But usually, when men criticize each other and everything like that, especially once you build that rapport and you're friends with each other,
Right.
you take it in a great way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, like all right, my boys see this, they say this, then this, they feel this way, this, this, this. Okay, how can I tweak that and then put it to where I can use it and make it better. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not saying that they know better than you. It's just saying like if you're putting something out into the world and these your boys, these supposed to be people that you know what I'm saying, you love and care about, if they giving you feedback on it just because you don't like the feedback, that don't mean that they ain't wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a woman to look at like, oh well, I don't like how he said that, so I ain't listening to him. But your girl tell you the same exact thing, but in a nice way, and everything like that. Like, you know what, girl, you right. Like, let
Right.
me do this, let me do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's just like one of the biggest differences I've seen
Yeah.
when it
Yeah,
comes to
and
men.
it's wild because like it leads to like wild dishonesty. Like we've all seen the joke on television. It's been on television for 25 years where it's like the wife is like, "Does this dress look fat on me? Do I look fat in this dress?"
No, babe,
And the dude
you
gotta
look
be
great
like,
in that.
"Nah, babe, nah, not at all." Be like, "It looks fine." You can't even tell your wife that don't look good. But like when we were younger, the homies going out, nigga, you can't wear that. Like, what you mean? We gonna get on your neck, like, bro. You cannot wear
100.
these boot cut wild ass jeans. Or where you get these FUBU jeans from? This
Bro, you ain't going
2012.
out. You ain't going out looking
You
like
ain't
that with
going
me.
with us. Or even with us, like if we got like a friend, we got a friend who's like a problem. Like, hey, bro, don't invite Johnny, bro. It's gonna be a problem because the risks are too high. Like, it's gonna be a fight, or two, he not gonna have no money, or three, he gonna scare all the girls. But for chicks, it's like, oh yeah, bring Shell, it's fine, we can all go. Like, and then y'all got this friend who's an asshole, who's mean as shit to everybody, and nobody likes her, but everyone's super nice. So y'all got to go out, all seven of y'all. But nah, with dudes, like somebody staying home, like broke Johnny ain't coming. He's a problem. He never got no bread. He drink too much. He gonna scare all the girls. It's not gonna be a good outcome for any of us that night. So I think it's interesting. Like I think it's maybe like the stakes are higher for us to be around people that don't help like our circle, like as dudes as a whole, like the niggas that's around that don't help. It affects us more than like girls that are around that don't help y'all, I think. Whereas like y'all got a mean friend around, like whatever, like she gonna be mean to some dudes. It's gonna affect the way your whole group moves. She's negative. Y'all gonna call her pretty, but gonna have her out anyway. It doesn't matter. If we bring like a live wire outside, it's gonna be a fight, or we gonna go to jail, or like he gonna get too drunk and like grab a girl in the wrong way. So I think the stakes are higher for us to have like for dudes to have whack people around, and I think that's why men have to be more critical of their friends, even like in a joking manner. Like, bro, you can't wear that. It's gonna look horrible. You messing the way all of us. The girls ain't gonna talk to us because you look like that. Low stakes. Then it's like, yo, don't bring so and so, bro. He be beefing with everybody in the club. Don't bring that nigga around. So the stakes are like different. I think that's why we can be more critical of our friends or of
I
or
think,
just other men.
yeah, I think
Even
that also, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that also there's the level of like taking things personal and being sensitive. Like, I think that if women could get past it, like for example, I go to Ray for advice because I know he's not gonna bullshit me,
Right.
even if it's gonna hurt my feelings. And also sometimes I'll tell him, I'm like, well, I feel like this because this, and he'd be like, get out your feelings. I'm like, I'm not gonna get out my feelings. I'm still taking what you said,
Right.
but it did make me feel some type of way. But I think that a lot of us can't do that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
If we feel some type of way, we take this feeling and we run with that instead of
Yeah.
taking the lesson or what was being said, like he said. Like, because yes, we might feel some type of way, but after we get past that feeling, we're going to be grateful for whatever was constructive, because
Right.
now we have something to level up and to grow with. Even with like taking people out, like I I went out with friends before, and I'm inviting her because she's gonna get mad if I don't invite her. But I'm like, but we're gonna have a shitty time if you invite her because she's gonna be complaining all the time or she's
Right.
gonna be whatever. But you know what I mean. And so even though I'm saying that, she's still concerned about how the other girl's going to feel, and that other girl's not going to get out of those feelings. You know what I mean? So we have to suffer
Right.
because, you know, so it's
That's
like
horrible.
it's feelings to me.
Yeah.
It's like getting past the feelings and to the facts. And
Right.
I think for women.
But even with that goes back into biology, how we're programmed. Like you said, women are very every single thing that's said and done to you guys is you take it very personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they said and did this because they feel this way towards you. Like, nah, maybe they said and did this because you might have here. Like, prime example, me when I was in college. I didn't really have a whole lot of style. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew how to match basic. I didn't have a whole lot of clothes and everything like that. Bro, my roommates used to give me different like pieces and everything like that. Like, all right, you got them jeans, here, throw on these shirts, throw on this shirt, throw on these shoes and everything like that. All right, now you can step out with them. You know
Right.
what I'm saying, like that, and that was corrective criticism and everything like that. Like I didn't get into my feelings, them looking at me like in a negative way and anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't on the level that they was on. You feel me? And as I got older, I was able to take that and then put it into my own style and everything like that. Now I know what to do. Now I know what not to do.
Right.
But let's say you got a friend girl and everything like that. Y'all know it's seven of y'all. Y'all know good goddamn well she shouldn't be wearing that out. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna come out the room. She gonna be like, "How this look?" And all in the back of all y'all heads, like, "Hell no." But what y'all gonna say to her? Yeah, girl, you look good. You ready to go? You know what I'm saying? Now, but you laughing because you know I ain't lying. Like, bro,
I'm
nah,
saying I'm laughing. It's, the funny thing is too, like in the past, I feel like I wouldn't say anything because I'm like, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but like it's gonna hurt her feelings when she outside looking ugly.
Yeah.
But now I do, I am more vocal because also the thing, sometimes I feel like people don't say something because of them. Like, for example, I'm not saying something because I did say I don't want her to feel bad, but I also don't want to deal with the embarrassment of like how she's gonna feel or whatever I have to go through, right? Now I'm like, I don't care about that because now it's like, okay, we're moving, this is, if I say I'm her friend, I need to be honest with her. You
Right.
come
Right.
out here and you looking like that, like let's put some things up. But it's still, even still, like, it still is more gentle. And I don't think it always has to be.
Right. Right.
Um, but I usually would be like, well, I would do this, or don't you have this? Or I'll be like, well, I seen this other thing you had in your closet. Let's try that on. Did you try that? Like, you know what I mean? And
Right.
so
Right.
it's more like their idea and less of like me saying, girl, that's ugly. Take that shit off. You know what I
see,
mean?
men,
But
men
also
are
it
very
varies on the
straightforward.
person too. Cause like if it's my little sister, I'd be like, girl, I got this skirt for you. Here, put this on. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
But
Right.
if it's a sensitive friend who be tripping about everything, like, you know what I mean, that I feel like I have to move according to how I feel like their emotions are gonna move.
Right.
Men are very straightforward. If me and Ryan going out and he throwing some bullshit, I'm gonna tell him straight up, bro. You ain't going out of the house with me like that. You
What's
know
wrong
what
with
I'm saying?
this? Like, bro.
Cause you
And
feel
it,
me? Cause like that's my like if this is somebody that I say like I care about, like this is my boy. You know what I'm saying? One, you like if you with me, it don't matter what our relationship is. You're a reflection of me. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like if we going out to meet people, that group of girls gonna look over at us and say, okay, he look good, he look good, he look good, he don't look good. Nah, we ain't going over there. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Right.
one person can make or break the whole night. And then if this my boy, I want him to not only am I trying to put my best foot forward, I want him to be able to do the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really give a fuck about how I say it and everything like that. I know he's gonna hold on to what I'm saying.
Right.
You feel
Right.
me? If I say nah, bro, you ain't walking out the house like that. Let's go in your closet. Let's figure out something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, X, Y, and Z. All right, now we ready to go. You
Right.
feel me? Like that's
Yeah.
what I think. That's what I feel like women need to be better at. Like fuck your feelings, bro. Like you,
But
I'm your friend. You ain't going out the house looking like that with me. I don't give a damn. I
Right.
don't care who you
but
is, where we going, none of that.
yeah, but like you said, if women listen right? If they're going based off tone, if you say it the wrong way, you didn't fuck up the whole night. Like that's fucking up the energy.
I
Because
think
if
I
I say, "Girl, what the fuck you got on? Go take that off," then her mood is fucked up. Like you know what I
yeah.
mean? For the rest of the
Like,
night, she gonna be keeping it to herself. Like she ain't gonna be like all up here like we is. You know what I mean?
no, I mean that delivery. I won't hold that delivery's that delivery's a little bit ass. Like y'all, I get y'all can't talk to each other like that, but like I think to like Ray's point, y'all won't even do the minimum. Where it's like, oh, do you have anything else? Like you could do that. Like, how's this look? Do you have anything else? Or do you like it? How's it fit? Like there's ways like to I mean because
Yeah.
I think that like I just think you shouldn't just lie. Like, there's no
No,
way to
I
just
feel
be
you.
like, nah, girl, that's cool. Like we all rolling together. Like you beautiful. Like how's this look? You beautiful. It can't just like be that. I think that's where like even though we're talking about like minor shit like going out, that's just where like feedback. That's where feedback simply begins. Like even with you asking like me and Ray for advice from the list. I've had other female friends would ask me for like some advice if they like talking to a dude or like dating a dude or whatever. I'm like, well, this happened. I'm like, well, you tripping. Really? Because my friend said, nah, you tripping. And I
Yeah.
tell my men friends the same thing. Like, bro, she said blah 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 blah. Like, well, nigga, you said you was gonna be back at 11. It's 1:30. Like, you tripping. Like, you ain't text her. Like, you
Yeah.
tripping, bro. I don't. From my experience, I don't think that like y'all move the same way while talking to each other. I think it's far-fetched to be like, girl, he yelled at you. You tripping. Like you said, the night here ain't calling him all night. You tripping. You should it should be like, or it be some shit where it's like, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. He ain't your daddy. Like, and then you co-sign it, it's a group chat, and then he's the most evil nigga in the world. But like for us, if my homie asks me for advice, like, oh, she did this, she said that. Well, bro, last week didn't you say? Well, yeah, you right. Damn, you right. Am I tripping? Yes, nigga, you're tripping. And that's how, like, for the most part, I would say
Yeah.
within our certain ecosystems, especially at this age, I don't want none of my homies in some like shitty relationship because they fucking it up. But if she fucking up, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, bro, you probably should move on. But I think we don't have a problem with telling our homies that, like, bro, like, you're wilding. I've had to my friends that
Yeah.
about a manager at work. Like, bro, she said this, I did that. Like, they should have fired your ass yesterday. Like, you're wilding. So
Yeah.
I think, and on the other end, for y'all, I know the tough part is that the woman who moves like that, she got to be labeled as a bitch in society.
Yeah, for sure.
I do see that too. The woman I've met that move like that, they are super successful, and their friends do
Yeah.
like them because they're assertive. My
Yep.
aunt's like that. My aunt say whatever was on her mind to like a fault sometimes, but she about to let you know all the fucking time, all the time.
Mhm.
And she still got friends, and people love her, and I love her. She's funny as shit. She's like female Martin from like 95, but she gonna tell you what's popping. She don't do the
Yeah.
sugarcoat and shit. And I think that the risk is like being called a bitch, even though the word is just assertive and direct. But I think
Mhm.
that all goes into relationships and all goes to choosing a partner, all goes to like what
Mhm.
you deal with. Because like the way that you treat those friends and like co-sign the shit they do, that like
Mhm.
leaks into the way that like you're in a relationship and like co-sign dumb shit that this dude does.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're not being direct. Because you're like, I can't give out any criticism. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
And
No, yeah, I feel that.
that goes back into like the man and woman ego and everything like that. Because if you tell a woman, if you criticize a woman outfit and everything like that, you gonna fuck up her mental for the whole night. Because when she put that on, she felt like she was the shit with it. You
Right.
know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So now you just done tore down everything how she feel about herself. Not the entire night, her whole mind, her brain is gonna be stuck on that. Like, damn, they really
Got
didn't
you.
like my outfit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But a man, like with men and whatnot, like I said, we're gonna take it in a better light. You know what I mean? Like, okay, and this the other thing too, like that. This what men do. You know, what I'm saying? Even if I do come out and something busted and whatnot, the second I get together, like even if my boys help me, we know how to hype each other up. Okay, there go my dog. Okay, now you fresh. Now you ready to step out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now I'm feeling myself. It doesn't matter if it was my idea not to throw this on. Now I'm
Right.
feeling myself because my boys fuck with it and everything like that. Now I'm ready to step out. Now I'm feeling good about myself and everything like that. The night gonna go a whole lot better. You feel me? So every time I step up to a girl and whatnot, I know I didn't put this outfit together in my head, but she don't know that.
Right.
All she know is I look good.
Right. Right.
But vice versa, if a guy walks into a girl and that girl had her whole outfit torn down, this might be the love of her life, you know what I'm saying? But now she don't even feel good about herself and whatnot because her brain's still stuck on. Damn, they didn't like my outfit.
From
You
2 hours
know,
ago.
you feel
Man,
me? Like that shit
Yeah.
over. That shit over and done with. These people still love me. They still fuck with me. It's just I might not have made the best decision on throwing on what I did
Right.
and whatnot. So yeah, it all kind of goes back into the same thing. But I was even talking to Shay about this a while ago. This is why I think that it's very important for men and women to find like genuine friends in the opposite sex and everything. Cause let the Shay try to walk out the house on some bullshit. I'm gonna be the first person to say, nah, go change. I don't care how you felt about what you got going on. I don't care about hurting your feelings right now. Go change. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
hopefully she takes it in the best way. Cause she knows it's coming from a place of love. But yeah, man, like I ain't talking about them guy friends that just want to hang around in hopes of something happening one day. I ain't talking about them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna always have a hidden agenda. I'm
Right.
talking about like the men and women that are really genuinely like I fuck with you, you fuck with me. I'm really here to help you throughout this life and everything like that.
Right.
Like I'm a genuine friend. That's why, like you said, like she said, she comes to me for advice. She's talked to me about people she's talking to now or used to talk to, past relationships and everything like that. And I'm gonna give her my honest opinion. And it's not based off of who is right and who is wrong. It's based off of like what I think about the entire situation as a whole and
Right.
everything like that. So the better I can give my genuine opinion, the better she can be moving forward on, okay, yeah, I need to stay away from people like this, or okay, this is a good quality. Even though I didn't like him as a whole, he did have this one good quality and
Right.
everything like that. But I gotta remember not to look at just that one good quality. I have to look at that person as a whole. So yeah, I think everything kind of just goes back into like it all kind of ties back in together in one place.
Straight up. Straight up. Straight up.
I
It's
missed the last
I
part.
was what happened?
I missed the last part. You said when it all goes back into that part I didn't hear.
Yeah, it just kind of all, like I said, it just all ties back into one another. Like right now, the Shay head taking up most of the screen, but you feel me? Like Ryan head.
No, he's serious. When he texted me one time, I sent him a link. He goes, I just realized your head is big as hell. I was like,
Nah,
then
bro.
then we on the phone, and he goes, oh, I know what it is. Your neck. He goes, you gotta do some neck exercises. It's like,
Bro,
he's like,
listen.
I'm gonna send you some. I just started doing some myself. I'm gonna send you some. Literally texts me
Right.
like a little neck workout.
And I was so genuine because I told her, you know the little bobblehead magnets that you put on like the dashboard in
Yeah,
your car,
yeah.
and it just like jiggles all day while you driving. That's
Right.
what her head. That's what her head and neck look like to me. And I was like, look, everything else is like proportionate, but once you get to your neck and head, that like it's not symmetrical. I was like, if
He
you just,
said it was like extremely not symmetrical. Like
Yeah.
he was like
I, t-
very.
I told her straight up, I was like, you got to be careful how you lean in your head, because you lean over one side too much, you gonna tilt over.
Yeah.
You know?
It's gonna be an insurance claim. Somebody gonna sue. Problem. I think
That's
that's
it.
the event. That's the advantage that dudes got as well, because like we've had to like roast each other. We have to roast each other our whole lives. So like a lot of it just comes down to us just like in so many words like bullying people to be better. Like one of
Hmm.
my homies, he had a Honda, and he makes good money, a Honda Civic, and like his like passenger door was like toe up. And I was like, bro, like fix this door. And he's like, nah, man, like ain't nothing wrong with that door. Like, bro, fix this door. Like, you can't be driving around as a grown man with this door, like do an insurance claim, get the door fixed, whatever. And it wasn't like we wasn't like younger. This was like probably several years ago. He got money to fix it. And he finally fixed the door. Was like, I do like my door better fixed. You know what I mean? Like, and he was happy about it, but he wasn't gonna do it unless I said something. I think that's like an advantage we have, and why we talk what we do to each other is because we just been roasting and like teasing and bullying each other since like elementary school. But for y'all,
I'm a firm believer of bullying shit. Yeah, brain back bullying, like that's 100% how I feel about it. I think that shit is needed, especially nowadays, because we right, like we live in such a sensitive ass society. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing about nobody, but how I grew up and everything, I grew up getting picked on and
right,
whatnot. You feel me? And a lot of the shit that I was told as a kid helped like mold me into the person that I am today and whatnot. I was a skinny ass kid with a big ass head and a skinny neck like the Shay and everything. You know what I'm saying? But I stayed in the gym, stayed doing my push ups and everything like that. Stayed doing my neck exercises. You feel me? Now everything look cool and shit. Girls that I used to hope looked at me twice back in high school, looking at me now. It's like, damn, why we ain't never do nothing in high school, bro? You wasn't worried about me in high school. That's
right,
why. Now you see me modeling, you see me, I done grew up and shit like that. Now you busted and you used up. Now you thinking that you can come and slide in. Like, nah, you
Not
looked
she
at me.
busted and used up. My
Bro,
goodness.
look, listen, Ryan. I'm gonna tell you straight. And I even told to say this. I'm gonna tell you straight up, Ryan, bro. I am so happy that a lot of the girls that I liked in high school, I didn't end up with
oh yeah,
because, bro, I look at them now and I'm just like, oh, I dodged a bullet.
right, right,
Like,
right.
big ass
Right.
bullet. Like,
That goes to you. That's what I was saying earlier when you was like, yo, if you pretty enough, you could get somebody to pay your bills, but that shit run out because like life catch up with you, and then eventually you're all used up. And then the dude would just trade you over somebody else. So yeah, there's a couple where I'm like, oh, thank God I got rejected. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm good. That was a close one.
I'm good.
Shit would have been
I think
tough.
also that ego helps you, like the fact that you are being taken care of because you're attractive. I feel like that can go to your head to the point where you stop taking care of yourself. So then
Yeah.
you lose faster
Yeah,
because
and
you can
that's
let
for
yourself
real.
go. Now you got a
For
couple of
real.
roles.
Yo, for real. That's what
I'm
I'm like.
not
Oh,
shaming the roles. I got them and I love them, but I'm saying those women in those
yeah,
situations,
you be
you
chilling
don't
on
want them roles.
you be chilling on Easy Street, and then all the dudes lay you, and you don't realize your metabolism has changed over the course of 7 years. So them
Mhm.
Whoppers and them carne asada fries, them shits don't digest after the club the same way, and now you all used up. So yeah, man. Yeah, and then
Honestly,
again, but
I think people even in relationships do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I've
They
seen
call it
I've seen
relationship weight.
yeah, I've seen so many people, they like both look good and then as soon as they get together, it's just like, oh well, I ain't gotta try no more, you know what I'm saying? I got my person, they love me for who I am and whatnot. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like if I meet you a certain way, I know we get older and things change and whatnot, but I don't subscribe to that like, oh, I'm gonna love you for who you are and everything like that.
right,
Like, yes, I do love you and whatnot, but if you don't take care of yourself, I'm not the type of person that's just gonna stand around and let you just like let yourself go.
right.
You
That's
know what I'm
wild.
saying? Like, yeah, like nah, I'm gonna be on your like this. Look, this is the person that I fell in love with and everything like that. I know we gonna get older. I know things are gonna change. You're not gonna look the same that you did when you was 25,
Right.
but you for sure you gonna work on something.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like if I'm doing the work and making sure I stay good, looking good for you, I expect you to do the same thing for me
Right.
and everything. Like I don't do that. Like, oh, my man just gonna love me for who I am. I'm gonna love you for who you is, but I'm still gonna exit stage left
Right.
because clearly you don't give a fuck about yourself and everything like that. And you think just because you got a man now that you can just like do whatever in life. Like, nah, I don't subscribe to that shit, dog.
So then that means that's on the list then. If you talk about like where like just randomly say cook and then like physically active. So you at an age now where if you met somebody, you could look at them and tell
No. I say self care
self
because
care.
that
Okay,
that ties into everything. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like pretty much like you said, I got about 5 to 6 things that I look for in a woman and everything like that. But like the things that I look in, it involves a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like self care is one of the things. You know
okay.
what I'm
And then you
saying? Like
got there's a
regard
bunch of things that fall into that bucket of self care.
100%. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? So yeah, like I'm very I'm a, like what you were saying earlier, like men are a lot more direct and whatnot. Like if I tell you something like, oh, physically active, that can just mean like, okay, well I can just go do Pilates, I can go do this, I can go do that, but that
Right.
leaves out like a lot of other different things. You know
That's
what I'm
real
saying?
talk. That's real
But
talk.
if I say I want somebody that, takes their self care very seriously and whatnot, that brings in everything.
It's a good
You know
point.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
from head to toe. How do you take care of yourself? Because if you not, I don't care who's in your life, who's out of your life, or anything like that. You should always be your biggest project. You should always be your main first priority. I don't care how many kids you got. I don't care who you dating, who you married to, and everything like that. If you not good, the people around you not gonna be good.
Yep.
I'm a firm believer on
That's what they say on the airplane. They say put your mask
that.
on
Yeah,
first
put your mask on first before you help your
before
little
you
kids.
help
Because
anybody else.
if you dizzy doing all this and that, how you gonna make sure your kids good?
Right.
Yeah.
Straight up. 100%,
I'm
man.
gonna plug my little clothing brand in right now because that's one of my collections is Love You First. Because it's something that we get criticized for a lot is putting yourself first is something that's like even like you said, as parents, as moms, as fathers, that's something that society will criticize you for. But like you said, how am I supposed to show up if I haven't taken care of me first? How am I
Right.
supposed to be a good partner if I haven't taken care of myself first? You know what I mean? If
Right.
I don't feel good about myself, how am I gonna make sure my partner feels? You know what I mean? Not make sure, but like support him feeling good about himself too. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I think selfish and putting yourself first is one of those words like narcissism that's got a negative connotation.
Yep,
When in
for
reality,
sure.
like if somebody's selfish, um, in like the positive way, I guess, and you're honest
Hmm.
about it, like you honestly rather be around a selfish person. Like if
Yeah.
somebody told you like they're supposed to do some shit and they're like, I'm not gonna do it, dog. I'm gonna just stay in. I'm not really feeling it today. Like I'd rather deal with that than deal with someone that came to do some shit with me that didn't want to be there. Like, oh,
Mm.
I came because you wanted me to, and I'm just here,
Yep.
like looking hella mopey and shit, like not having the energy I
Exactly.
needed you to have to do this thing. Like, nah, just flake or just cancel with responsibility. Like, sorry, man, I'm just not feeling it. Eating ice cream today, hanging out. All right, all good. So I think a lot of times that word selfish, it gets that bad stamp like
Hmm.
narcissism, when in reality, um, if you're not taking care of your own shit and you can't take care of other people, and
Yeah.
everyone has been affected by someone that wasn't taking care of their own shit. I've affected people negatively when I went to go do something and my shit wasn't handled, and now it's affecting everybody else. So I think,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be negative. Putting yourself first shouldn't be. I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, I think it is. I just think today is looked at so negatively because we're in such like a take. Everybody is looking to take. Everybody is looking to see what they can get from the next person and everything like that. Like that's kind of one of the biggest themes of our generation, unfortunately. You know, instead of looking at okay, like prime example when me and Deshay, reconnected and she started talking to me about her brand and I was talking to her about hers, we looked at it like, oh, like everything that we're actually trying to do and that we want to do and everything like that aligns perfectly with each other. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying? She has an oil brand that's looked at that's like prime theme is self care, loving yourself, loving them intimate moments with yourself, loving your partner and those intimate things with yourself and everything like that. Me with, what I'm saying, just overall body work, but also, physical, spiritual, and mental as well. and everything like that. A lot of my sessions I do meditation, like guided meditation with, and everything like that. You know,
Okay.
making sure that you are aligned with yourself mentally and everything. You know, can you close your eyes, look inside your body, and pinpoint different issues that you need? Like, okay, dang, my hip actually doesn't feel right. Okay, how do I get this to be back to where I want it to be, and everything like that. Like, you know what, I did do this, or I did eat this the other day. Let me make sure that I even out that imbalance, like whatever it is, and everything like that. Like, I realized that both of our visions for our businesses and everything like that line up perfectly and whatnot. And our connection kind of just, it flowed so perfectly when we start talking about and putting different things into place and whatnot. So yeah, um, just about every session that I do, like in my business and everything like that, her oils would be, what I'm saying, will be used with them and everything. I've already talked to her about, and we actually gonna talk about that too. But I've already talked to her about making me a few signature oils and everything like that for different moments that I'm trying to
Okay.
do and everything. Adding in different. I even gave her a few, like, adding in different maybe scents or different things that she might not have thought of before to help elevate it in a different way, adding cannabis, adding hemp,
Oh
CBD,
shit.
all of that stuff like that. There's a lot of benefits and different things. So yeah, man, everything is just about, I look at it like this, everything is about alignment. Are you aligned with yourself, like, firstly? Because if you're not aligned with yourself, it don't matter who you come in contact with, what you doing, where you're at, what they doing, where they at. If you're not aligned with me, I can't then align with you. You
Right.
know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So when me and her met, I was aligned with myself, so I was able to look at where me and her aligned at and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna go into every relationship, every dynamic that I feel from now on. So 100% sure. Like, I was even talking to my mama about that because I did feel bad when my son first came into the picture. I did feel bad about doing certain things that was predicated to me getting back to where I wanted to be and
Right.
everything like
Right.
that. And she was the first one to tell me, like, okay, well, you're his provider, you're his teacher, you're his protector. If you're not here, how can you then teach him how to be here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially having a boy and whatnot. How am I going to teach him how to be a man if I'm not doing what a man is supposed to do? If I'm not living in my own truth, if I'm not walking the right path myself and everything, I can't teach him how to do anything if I'm not doing it myself and
Right.
everything. So it's a balance that you have to have, and 100% sure, yes, it does get hard at a time, but there's a balance that you have to have between your responsibilities to other people and your responsibility to yourself.
Right. Right.
And once you figure out that balance, like, everything take care of itself.
Agreed. I think that
Yeah.
even if you don't, the problem with if you don't like align yourself before concentrating on your son, what happens when people like give too much, like 10, 15 years down the line, now you got this resentment where it's like,
Exactly.
fuck, I should have concentrated on this for this 5 years. People would have felt the way, but then I would have been where I needed to be and they would have forgot the time that I put in and now I would have been where I'm at. But instead, um, there's sacrifices. I won't even say sacrifices. There's compromises that are made that instead of you being selfish on your own, that shit just breeds in you, and you're like, damn, I should have did this, I should have did that, should have that, and it becomes extra. It's internal. It becomes external. Now it's everybody's fault that you didn't do what you wanted
Hmm.
to do 10 years ago. That's why I think
Yeah.
it's super important to like be selfish when you're trying to launch whatever endeavor you're doing, because if you can't put all of that into the endeavor that you're pursuing, it's not gonna come out the right way anyway. So that's where all the ego shit. That's where the preparation to like earn the ego comes from, or to remove when the ego comes from. It's like all the shit that you did do. And the negative part is when you don't do the right shit, and then it becomes resentment, then it's entitlement. Like, I'm owed this, I should have did this, I wasn't given this opportunity. I should have took this risk when I should have took this risk, but I didn't, because I thought not taking this risk would make these other people happy. Like friends that like I got like some simple shit, like friends that like don't leave certain jobs. Like, bro, yeah, I've been here this long and like they love me here and like I'm just really loyal to them. Like, bro, but if you want to go work somewhere else, or if you want to go move or try something else, then you're gonna be mad about this 5-10 years from now. So I would say selfishness over resentment every day, easily.
Exactly. Yeah, and I feel like it's not just resentment and that empowerment that grows. I feel like you lose each time you do that, you're losing yourself. So then when you go back to heal, you have to find yourself. Like that's what I did in my relationships. So I had to really like dig out who I am and what I love about myself and really find that. And it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
lot of work, you know, and you do that on top of like having that resentment, on top of like shoulda, coulda, woulda, on top, you know what I mean, on top of all of that, um, it's a lot. It's like whereas right now you can just choose you,
right,
um, and then like you said too, it's more genuine, right? If I'm choosing me first, like maybe today I don't want to go to your show, but I'm gonna go to the next three when I feel better. You know what I mean?
yeah,
At least then I'll be hyping you up. I'll be laughing and slapping people in the back, like, you know, dying laughing. You know what I
right,
mean? Whereas the day that I didn't feel good, I'm not even gonna be able to receive your jokes like that. I might not. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's like it's more genuine to me. I feel like when you give after you've taken care of yourself, it's more genuine. Whereas before, afterwards, I mean, like without taking care of yourself, it can be forced.
right.
Like you're doing it because you feel like you should, or because you feel like you have to, or I'm just being a supportive friend. But it's like I'd rather have it real.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
honestly,
I think that's where intuition kicks in too, because you ever ask yourself like, wait, should I be selfish right now? Like, is this what I really want to do? You have like an
Mhm.
internal conflict about it. Go ahead, Ray.
no, but I was gonna say, and actually, at least for me personally, it makes me want to even do more for that person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like if I'm going to a show and I'm not feeling the best and whatnot, I'm gonna be kind of whatever about your set. You feel me? But if I'm good, like in everything that I need to be good in and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Now I can go and show you the love and support that you not only want but that you need to elevate yourself to go in and do even better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a I like that you brought that up and everything like that. The shit when it comes to supporting others, even with this boy and whatnot. You know, I'm a very patient person, like, but he be taking me to the edge. You know what I'm saying? And there's times where I have to be patient. And me and his mama aren't together, but there's times where I have to kind of pick up the slack. You know what I'm saying, for her because she's not really a patient person. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? And I see that a lot of times and everything like that. So I don't mind pulling him aside or saying, hey, your mama said this, like, okay, come over here, let's do this, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Or
right,
hey, let's go do this, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like if I wasn't the best version of myself and everything like that, I'll see that she's getting irritated and I'll just be like, I really don't care. You
right,
know,
right.
you know what I'm saying? But because Mhm. but because I've done the work and everything like that, I make sure that it's something that I do on a daily basis and everything like that. You know, even with him trying to teach him patience and focus and everything like that, you know, I'm able to do it, even though sometimes it doesn't always get through.
Right.
You know, I'm able to at least take my time and do that with him and everything like that because I've done this work with myself. I've taken the steps and everything like that to get there and whatnot. And I know the type of man that I'm trying to raise him into be and whatnot. But you know that all starts with me being the man that I need to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be right. You got to the best word you said is aligned. You got to be aligned with
Oh
yourself.
yeah.
before you can help anybody else. Like if you,
Yes.
because it just leads to hella fucked up resentment. Like we've all seen it, we've all experienced it. Like just damn, why did I bend over backwards when I didn't even stretch yet? Like why am I doing this? You feel me? So 100%.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that's coming from somebody that had multiple back strains. I stretch every day, night, morning, and night. Like
Bro,
stretching is
remember
key.
when we was 22, 23, we could hop off the couch and go straight into doing some shit?
Bro, ow.
Man, look, even now when I'm around the house and I'm just ready to play with him, I gotta make sure I warm up first because he be having me running all over the place.
Straight up.
Like,
Straight up. I was playing a rec league game. I was like 19, and our coach was like, I was playing with our varsity coach. He was like probably 50. He's like, "You're not gonna stretch?" I was like, "Hell nah." He was like, "Man, I remember those days." I didn't know what he was talking about. I had no idea what he meant by like, what do you mean? Why would I stretch? What are you talking about now, bro? Like, man, before I take a long drive, I stretch.
you feel me? Like
Everything.
you gotta warm up everything. You gotta get it. Like I don't know what it is about hitting your 30s, but and I was a 3-sport athlete my whole life and whatnot, so I've had a lot of injuries and everything like that. But for some reason, when I hit 30, like getting out of bed just felt different. Like that, I don't know, man. It was just like, you know what? I can't just hop up out of bed and start walking. I gotta turn over. I gotta sit up in bed first. I gotta kick my legs out before I actually stand up.
Yeah, you gotta make sure You gotta make sure everything works.
Yeah,
And then get right.
You get out of bed too fast, you'll figure out the pool. So
Once I get out of bed, I get on that mat right there and do my little 5-minute stretch, and I'm good to go. But I gotta warm up the car. You have to, man.
Yeah.
This little boy, as soon as he opened his eyes and his feet hit the ground, he 100 miles an hour all day.
Yeah.
I wish I had that type of energy. The things I would get done with that type of energy, man. God,
yeah, something about 30 when it's all the tendons and bones and everything be like, and it's like, oh man, like why does this pinky feel like this now? Just gotta keep it active.
It's injuries that I got back when I was still in college, still in high school.
Okay.
That I never really, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of healed on their own and everything. You know, I was able to play through and whatnot. And like get out the camera. My last 2 years of playing football, bro, like I wasn't able to do it no more.
Gotcha.
You know, it was one game I'll never forget. I was late to. And I got there like towards the end of the second quarter and everything. Hopped up out the car, went straight to the field and started playing. I was loose, everything was cool. I tried to do the same thing when I hit 30. Damn near pulled something on the field.
Yeah, you can't. You crazy. You can't just get out of no car and just go. Nah.
Hey, after a 2-hour drive too, man.
2 hours, man. 2 hours. And that, man, I'll be getting out. I had the show in Nevada, like 2 hours past Reno. It's like 5 hours from basically the Bay Area, and was getting out, just stretching at rest stops every hour, like for no reason, just pulling over and stretching, not even for gas, just stretching.
For real, man, that shit hit different, and it's crazy because I remember coaches and older parents telling me like, enjoy it now, because once you hit this age, it don't feel the same. And you know, as a kid, you just always thinking like, you don't know what you're talking about. But now I'm like, you know what? You was once my age. I've never been your age before. You was once my age, so maybe I should have listened.
For real.
You know, I'm glad I listened to my granddad and started taking my vitamins. You know what I'm saying, at an early age and whatnot. But boy, I wish I would have took stretching. My mom used to always tell me like, look, stretch before, stretch after. And I used to just kind of bullshit that
right
everything. But now I stretch before I stretch during and I
No.
stretch after.
For real. I didn't even know.
Need it.
I started hurting my back a lot. I was like, what is happening? And I was like, bro, you can't just go out there and just play basketball randomly. Like you can't. You've been in a chair all day. Like you don't. It's and it just makes sense too. When I was younger, play basketball all day long. Now play once every 2 weeks. Your body ain't doing the same shit that it used to do. Like why would you think you could just? It's silly, man. Just trying to like spend money in the account with no money in it. It's like sliding the card. Why this shit overdrafted? You ain't had a job in a year. Ain't no money in the tank. Shit, ain't no money in it. It's not ready to go no more. So now I stretch now and it feel good though. I gotten used to it. It's not like when I was younger, it was a hassle. Like, why am I doing this old people shit? But ever since
100%.
now it's super therapeutic. Just turn my little music on, my little lo-fi, and just breathe for a minute. Like it's the best. And then when I go to the gym, when I go to 24, like the most in shape people will just be stretching. Like everybody, people that are like 3-sport athletes, but like you just stretching for hella long. They got the little cylinder, rubbing it, rolling on it. They stretching for hell. I'm like, man, they about to do work right now. They about to do work. So stretching's key. I'm an OG now, so I stretch. That's my new sport. That's my new sport, Deshae. That's my new sport. Apparently you ain't got to stretch because you don't got no comments about stretching. So you must be all good.
I stretch. I stretch before I dance. I stretch after I walk. I do need to stretch more. I do stretch before I get out of bed too, though.
Okay, for sure.
I have to before I get out of bed. Stretching is a must.
I be trying. I don't be having the opportunity to sometimes because, like I said, as soon as he wakes up, it don't matter if I'm awake or not. If he's awake, I gotta be awake. It's like he don't like me sleeping when he's awake,
right?
And thing like that. And as soon as I wake up, it's like, okay, I gotta hit the ground running. Just like him. He want to eat, he want to go outside, he want to do this, he want to do that. And it's like, all right, bro, I need at least a couple of hours just to wake up my body,
just to regroup.
You know what I'm saying? Like. I've never been a morning person, but if I wake up at 7, I don't fully wake up until after 10 o'clock.
Oh, word?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, you be processing like that PlayStation from back in the day.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, like my body, but it's just because I've had so many injuries over my career and everything that I didn't address at the time. Okay. And I was kind of just like, you know what? If I can play through it now, I'm not worried about it tomorrow. Right. You know what I'm saying? I played through turf toe. I played through knee injuries, quad strains, hamstring tears, like all types of shit. And then now it's like I be trying to stretch, but now it's just like my body don't even be doing what I wanted to do. So now I'm 32 years old, still trying to repair injuries from when I was 18, 19 years old.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna for sure make sure I tell this boy, like, look, stretch now.
He be in third grade stretching and shit. Like,
yeah, you feel me? Like it don't matter how good you feel now, you ain't gonna feel like that tomorrow.
Yeah. Start them early. Start them stretching early.
What the old folks say, start them off young.
Yeah.
No, it's actually like it's actually been a growing process between me and him because he, you know, kids like to mimic every single thing that you do, right, and everything like that. And even though he don't be doing it right all the time, like if I get in there and do some yoga, he'll come in there and do it. If I'm doing my push-ups for the night, he'll come in there and do it. This boy know how to do pull-ups, handstands, all types of shit.
Oh, there you go.
He know how to do stuff that I didn't even teach him. He saw me do it once or twice, and he just picked it up automatically and everything. And then I see him doing it, and his mama look like, who taught him that? I'm like, he saw me do it one time and he just ran with it.
Now he's a beast. I heard that. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. It honestly, like I said, I love it just because it makes me mindful of the stuff that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reinforces my good and bad habits.
Right.
You know, like, I definitely got to make sure, like, even if I think he ain't looking, I definitely got to make sure I'm doing this and I'm doing that. and everything like that. Because he can be in the other room and somehow he'll still see me doing it,
Right.
and out of nowhere he's doing it now.
I didn't think about fella like that. You got like an active self-reflection walking around. One of my homies told me about that. He hates the way his son eats because he eats like that. Like it's like, bro, like I don't know one of my boys since high school. Like, bro, you smack like that. You been smacking like that, and now his son smacks the same way he smack. Like, bro, like they really just see you doing everything that you don't even know they see you doing. That's wild. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, for sure. That's how they be. I made a post one time. That's what I was saying because people will like you said, they'll complain about what their kids do. It's like they pick up your bad habits. So whatever bad habit you have, they're going to inherit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like the thing that irritates some parents about their kid is, like you said, the thing that they have, like
Right. Right.
the traits that they have, and that's why you might
Like
have
get
more
kicked out.
friction with that kid because they might have
Sit your
more
butt down and be
of
quiet.
the qualities that you don't like about yourself in them.
Yeah.
So y'all be butting heads all the time.
That makes sense. Straight up.
Yeah.
Dog, I was such a bad kid like I never knew what type of hell I put my mama through until I had a boy. And she used to always tell me, however you was as a kid, it's gonna come back on you tenfold when you have a kid. And I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, I was great as a kid and whatnot, so I'm not worried about that. I can't wait to have kids.
Right.
Then this boy come along, and I'm just like, damn, I was really like this. Like it's been so many times where I've called my mama and just apologized to her, like mama, I understand now that I really put you through hell, and I am so sorry.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Like there's nothing I can do to repay your kindness and your patience that you had with me, but
I just want to let you know I know.
You feel me? Like
I
feel what you went through, and I just apologize for it. So
shit, I heard that. I'm gonna be doing some apologizing to it, and eventually.
All right, my loves. It has been awesome to have you guys here, but the people that I'm at, they are asleep, and so I need it.
Nah, all good.
Be a good guest.
All good. I'm happy you made it outside during our last interview. I was trying to convince you to get outside some more, so I'm happy you're outside wherever you at, having a good time.
Yes, actually been outside a lot more late after my birthday event actually. So, because that is one of the goals that I have too, is to be around people so I don't be, as my therapist says, contact hungry.
Exactly. Get outside. Well, yeah, man. Well, thanks for letting us be guests. Appreciate it. Very nice to meet you, Ray. Appreciate it, man. Glad we got to rap a little bit. It's been cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to give you a call and pick your brain about some stuff, man. I love your insight on some stuff, man.
Oh, same, bro. Anytime.
See, I knew it. I just knew it.
You ain't know nothing.
You ain't know nothing. You gotta learn.
I did.
You was hoping.
That's the part of being a host, is knowing whose minds and perspectives to bring on the show at the same time.
Okay, the show, you're right.
I am right.
You see, there you go, just accepting random compliments. That's the problem.
I'm not accepting.
You see how she did, Ray? I am right.
I know I'm right.
You see how
this is my job. This is what I do.
We spent 2.5 hours. You ain't learned nothing. I am right.
You could have been dead wrong.
I am right.
I'm right.
I don't need you. I don't need your validation. Okay.
Straight up. Oh man.
I know what I do. I know what I bring to the table. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again. This is
for sure.
For sure. 100%. Well, anyways, y'all know how we close out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out with the affirmations, and then we can go our separate ways. So thank you guys for watching so much. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. As always, remember that you are worthy always. You are worthy of loving you first, putting you first. You are worthy of self-trust and self-honesty. Most importantly, you are worthy of unconditional self-care and unconditional self-love. Until next time, bye-bye.
Peace.